town. The Bronx Bombers, Oriole fans, and baseball is next. And the Yankees versus Orioles series, sponsored by Chevrolet. Camden Yards, the site, and another beautiful night for baseball to open up this three-game set. The Yankees and the Orioles meeting for the first time, of course, this season. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. The Orioles hope that this season against the Yankees will go as well as it did last year. Orioles have 19 straight to begin the year against division opponents. We've mentioned that. It's important because it's a time to really put some buffer up, if you can, with the teams who are going to be, hopefully, chasing the Orioles. Take a look at what happened last year between these two ball clubs. Team average for the Orioles, 269, led by Hundley's 381. 24 home runs. Jones and Scope had 4 each. 90. Jones had 14 of those RBIs. Team ERA a magnificent 2.80. Starters at 2.9, led by Gossman. The bullpen 2.53, led by McFarland. You put all that together and you got what's at the bottom. A 13-6 Oriole season against the Yankees. And Jim, here we go again.
Well, that's pretty significant because that's the first time in 16 years the Yankees either didn't have a winning season, even though 2 of those years were ties. So pretty big accomplishment. So what do the Yankees do? Well, they didn't spend as much money as the Red Sox, but boy, the back end of their bullpen, they get Andrew Miller. We know how good he was. The Orioles rented him for 3 months last year. So I look at this game as, talking to Kenny Single, he said, I don't really know. I see this team on a regular basis. I don't know what the Yankees are going to be. We kind of know what the Orioles is, but I think you better get the lead against the Yankees going into the late innings. And the Orioles were able to do that last year. And again, the Yankees are throwing out Pineda tonight, and he pitched so well against the Orioles last year.
And Wei Chen will be hoping for a better outing here in game number 2 for him this season. And, of course, the big entourage of press following as Alex Rodriguez is in the lineup, and he's going to play at third base in this ball game. Now, this is the first time that A-Rod, of course, will play on the road this season after coming off last year and not playing.
Well, there have been a lot of stuff said, and he's 5 home runs from breaking Willie Mays' record. We talked about that. Gets a 6th or supposed to get a $6 million bonus. But at the end of the day, everything I read and everybody I've talked to said he's probably better as a DH. He's actually been hitting very well, hitting 300 for him. They were struggling for runs till last night. Clay Buchholz coming off a 1-hit, 7-inning performance. Boy, they roughed him up for 9 runs. They got 14 runs, 16 hits in Yankee Stadium, hit 3 home runs. So Chen, of course, doesn't have a really good record against him, 1-1 ERA around 4 runs a game, but he does usually pitch pretty well. And for the Orioles, they just hope they get him 6 runs like they did down in Tampa. He wasn't able to hold the lead, but the Orioles were. So they usually score a lot of runs when Wei Chen pitches.
Now, for Buck Showalter, he's had a very short bench to work with as they've kept a number of pitchers on this staff. Today, that gets leveled out a little bit. Eddie Gamboa, who'd been up for 2 games, the knuckleballer, sent back down to AAA as expected. And David Lowe, who got in 1 game at least in the rehab, will be back on the bench and available tonight.
They thought David Lowe had a concussion a year ago in spring training, and they thought he was going to be a guy. He hit 285 for Kansas City. They got him, could steal some bases. Very good defensive player, can pinch run. I don't know exactly because I think they have guys that are going to play on a regular basis, but he is a guy that if you're going to have a deeper bench, and now they get an extra guy on the bench, he can help you win games. And the Orioles were so good at 33 and 23 and 1-run games. He's the type of guy that's going to help you win those 1-run close ball games.
And he's available and on the bench tonight for Buck Showalter. So the Orioles set to go. Another big crowd expected here, even though it's a Monday night. Yankees and Orioles match up for the first time this year when we come back. Lines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com and by Coons.com. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. What a beautiful evening here. Our national anthem coming up.
Please rise, and that gentleman remove your hats as we welcome a member of the multi-platinum recording group O-Town, who is currently starring as Fiyero in Wicked the Musical at Baltimore's Hippodrome Theater through April 26th. Ashley Parker Angel, who will now honor our nation with his rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem from Camden Yards. Here at the ballpark tonight, Orioles are going to get back their second baseman, Jonathan Scope, will be back in the lineup. He was out scratched yesterday with a quad soreness. Buck Showalter saying before the game today he's never had any problems with the leg before, and they don't think there's any real problem with this, but they wanted to hold him out before the game today. Jonathan Scope talked about sitting out yesterday.
No, I feel it. I feel it before, but it never take me out. Like, I cannot run, I cannot do nothing for it, you know. But yesterday, Buck say like he's gonna give me a day for make sure everything's good. But I'm ready to go.
And he is. I don't think he heard it running around the bases on that grand slam.
No.
Kind of skip around the bases, but I never hit one. Hit a couple of home runs though, but
Get a grand slam.
Never a grand
slam
slam
there. Aren't you?
No. Yeah. Float around the bases. How can you hurt a quad floating around the bases?
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Yankees, who come in with a 2-4 record. Ellsbury, Gardner, and Beltran. Teixeira, Rodriguez, and Young. Murphy, Gregorius, and Petit. And it is the first road game since his suspension for Rodriguez.
Scouting report on Wei and Chen, so I don't know if he watched any of the Sunday night baseball, but the Yankees got on a roll. There are a lot of fastballs, sliders, curveballs. Now this is a season, and notice the last number, changeup. It's the most changeups that he has ever thrown in one game. It really wasn't that effective. They got him an early lead. Usually he can throw 92, 93 on occasion. Never got over 90. They had a lot of good at-bats, and they really made him work. As it would turn out, Gosman would come in relief in the 5th inning. He would eventually give up a 2-run home run, but the Orioles would hang on to win the ball game. So early runs just didn't get the win because they kind of got the pitch count where they wanted. But he can pitch against anybody. Last year, a couple of starts against the Yankees, but both of those in Yankee Stadium.
Chen went 1-1 last year against the Yankees. His lifetime mark is 2-4. This is his 10th career start against the Yankees, and we'll see how it works out here tonight. Wei-Yin Chen, a Yankee lineup that had to play, of course, the Sunday night ball game, so got in here a little later than clubs normally do for a Monday game. Ellsbury will lead it off. He's got a 4-game hit streak going, now 6 for 23. Speedster will bring Machado in at third base. Davis even with the bag at first. Interesting, against the left-hander, Yankees have 2 lefties top of the lineup with Ellsbury and Gardner, then 2 switch hitters. And the pitch will miss down low for ball. And we are underway.
Yeah, the numbers kind of support that. Of course, Ellsbury plays against everybody, as does Brett Gardner. It's early in the season, but 9 at-bats, 3 hits against the lefties.
1-0 delivery on the way, foul back. For Chen last year, very little difference. Lefty-righty, 268 left-handers, 266 for the right-handers. He did give up 20 home runs to righties and only 3 to left-handers. 70% of leadoff batters retired last year. 1-1 delivery on the way. That'll be hit towards the hole. Scooped up. Scope will make the play to Davis.
Yeah, really good defense here for the Orioles in Camden Yards. The odds at Jones, Pierce, because if you follow the Orioles, Steve Pierce all over the place, can play anywhere. First base yesterday. Machado, the best defender in 2013 of all the Gold Glovers. Cabrera, Scope, Davis, and Joseph. You're wondering where J.J. Hardy is, still on the DL. Looks like he's going to go out on rehab later in the week, so he will be on the bench watching tonight.
He's been working out with the Orioles while they're in town, and when the Orioles leave to head out to Boston, which will be on their day off Thursday, he's going to be heading down to Bowie for rehab. Here is Gardner. He's got a 3-game hit streak, and that one hit him, and right where you don't want it, too, near that wrist. So Chen, with a hit batter here, puts the runner on. Gardner heads down.
Yeah, hangs on the plate, and his first move is towards it. You certainly don't want to get hit on the wrist, but he does. Going to stand that close, you better roll in. You could see, I mean, he didn't even get the shoulder up to protect him. So, I mean, that ball inside, but again, the guys that stand on the plate and cover the outside corner, and Brett Gardner's one of those, they usually roll the front shoulder in. So that'll be barking as the night progresses.
Certainly will. We'll see if he's able to stay in the ball game. Here's Beltran up, the designated hitter, switch hitter. Carlos Beltran with a runner on at first base and a speedy runner. And the pitch will be taken outside for a ball. Chen last season only 6 attempts stealing bases against him. 5 out of 6 successful. And Gardner does have that speed. Teixeira will be waiting on deck. Pitch on the way, and that is a strike taken. Chen, interesting that of all the pitchers in the majors, his throws over to first base are 3rd fewest. Only John Lester and Dallas Keuchel with Houston threw over to first base fewer times than did Chen last year. 17 throws to first. Lester never threw to first base in all the games last year.
Well, I know you read the article today. Now everybody thinks in the National League he's got the yips. Not only on throwing over to first, but also fielding bunts. And long articles discussing. Scouts said, hey, you can bunt on him, you can run on him.
Down to third base, Manny Machado will go to Jonathan Scope. Plenty of time, and they turn 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left as Chen will face only 3, picking up the double play. The Orioles lineup coming up. tonight, and a lot of youngsters on hand to enjoy the ball game, and it is a beautiful evening. Starting lineup brought to you by Southwest. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. For the Orioles, De Aza, Pearson, Davis, Jones, Snyder, and Machado. Scope, Cabrera, and Joseph. Jonathan Scope back in with those numbers against the Yankees last year.
And take a look at Michael Pineda. Boy, they're happy he's back. Last year started the year, then got hurt, missed a couple of months. A lot of fastballs, a lot of sliders, a lot of changeups. He is a strike throwing machine. Big guy, what, about 6'6", 6'7", 250 pounds. 2 runs in his first start. Does not get a lot of runs when he pitches. That was the case last year, but everything moved. And he pitched very well against the Orioles last year. 3 for 39 were the Orioles. Now, different hitters.
Pitch will be taken by the red hot De Aza. Alejandro De Aza, 5-game hit streak. With a .304 average now, with a 7 for 23 and a couple of home runs that he has put up. In at third base against him is Alex Rodriguez. That one blooped to short. That's going to be a base hit over the head of Gregorius. A 6-game hit streak for De Aza, played in by Ellsbury.
Well, Gary, he's such a tough out because he does shorten. He's got a quick stroke. This ball, I mean, you can see where the glove is. Look where they put the glove. Ryan puts the glove right. Murphy puts the glove right in there, and then he just fights it off. So it's not a bad pitch, but a bad result because of the swing. Didn't try to overswing. Capable of hitting home runs, put the short stroke on it.
And the birthday player of the day, 32-year-old Steve Pearce. Celebrating his birthday today. Batting in the number 2 spot again, getting the start in right field. With De Aza on at first base. He will take the pitch for a strike. See whether or not the Orioles want to do any running here. 5 out of 9 against Pineda last year in stolen bases. Murphy behind the plate only had 12 chances last year, threw out 2 of 12. He hasn't thrown anybody out 0 for 3 so far this season.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, and he was so good against the Orioles that you may consider doing that. I mean, how do you beat a guy that you only get 3 hits in 39 at bats? If his Achilles heel is, you can run on him a little bit. Maybe something that you might want to do.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be right now, even though Pearce did work on hitting the ball the other way. He's kind of got a little bit of a pull conscious.
Foul back off the fist, came inside a little bit on him. He wanted that pitch, though, and the count goes to 0-2.
Of course, last year he did hit 21 home runs, and we saw the ability to pull, but they just kind of work to make sure that he stays on the ball a little bit. So then he become a little better second place hitter, because you can hit the ball to right. Here with 2 strikes, he's just going to try to stay alive and scuffle.
Orioles have tried only once to steal. 0 for 1. There he goes. Pitch inside. Throw down is there, and got him.
Yeah, perfect throw.
Murphy right there into the glove on the coverage by Gregorius.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a perfect throw. I mean, Pettit, I guess, with the tag.
Yeah, Pettit.
And he just drops the glove. I mean, look at this. Straddles, just kind of what they worked on yesterday. Along with Everth Cabrera, you just get out in front. I mean, not one of those rocket arms, but quick release and perfectly accurate throw.
So Pearce now with a 1-ball 2-strike count will take the pitch down low. There again, you see, we've talked about it with the Orioles. The coverage at second base was proper, so De Aza had no room. He had no place to go, and if you had a swipe tag on that, if you took that throw in the inside infield part of the bag, he might be safe because of the time it would take you to get that ball back. But on a throw and coverage like that, that's perfect. Put up in the air to left field. Gardner. Breeze blowing out that way to start the night. He'll put it away. Pearce is retired. And our Express Stat by Express Care, a Lightbridge health partner. For locations, visit whywaitinther.com.
Well, we talked about lack of run support, and I mean, that is exactly what he got last year. I mean, of all the major league guys, usually, and we saw it yesterday, Hutchinson good against the Orioles, 279 in wins, 659. Look at this. He pitched well when he won or lost. They just didn't score runs for him. So what they want, at least for Michael Pineda, is to be healthy all year long.
Pineda is considered their best pitcher coming out of spring training as far as performance was concerned, even though may not be the opening day starter. Here's Chris Davis. Davis has hit successfully in the last 3. 1 for 5 off Pineda, including the home run. The only hit. That one dropped off the table on him, and an 0-2 count in a hurry.
Well, that's the changeup. When we first saw him and came up, I mean, just roared into the American League with Seattle. He threw about 95 or 6.
Davis couldn't hold up on that swinging strike. Play's got to be made, and will be. So only 3 faced, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 1 complete and no score. American Standard presentation. Celebrate the season with the American Standard All-Star event. Visit midatlanticcomfort.com for amazing rebate and financing opportunities. Travis Snyder this season, 3.89 with that homer and 6 RBIs. Mark Teixeira is going to be coming up. Last season against the Orioles, 154. It was an off season all the way around for Teixeira, and it stayed so against the Orioles.
Yeah, coming off one of those wrist surgeries, so he ended up hitting 22 home runs. Not a typical year. You can see a couple of home runs this year, one from both sides of the plate. Daniel Norris won his first game for the Jays up there, and of course he threw him a hanging changeup in the 6th inning, and he whacked it to left field. So still capable of hitting home runs.
Teixeira hit 220 off left-handers and 215 off right-handers last year against Wei and Chen. Teixeira with a 1 for 6. Infield shift on. Interesting. Switch hitter, batting right. They put the shift on, playing him to pull in the infield. Pitch taken inside for a ball. And there it is.
And they bunch him in the outfield.
Yep, bunch him to the middle. 1-0 count. Chen's delivery to him. High strike called there. Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire. Gary Cederstrom's got first. He's the crew chief. Sean Barber and Eric Cooper on the umpiring crew working the ball game. 1-1 delivery on the way. That one lifted with that big uppercut that he takes and foul back. 1-2.
Yeah, every hitting instructor, Jeff Pentlands, comes over to be the new Yankee hitting instructor. Kevin Long goes across town to the Mets. They drops the backside, the bat loops a little bit. And of course, when he is a little bit more direct to the ball and he's healthy, he's had a heck of a career. It's just the last 3 years or so riddled by injuries.
And they need him to be healthy if the Yankees are to do anything this year. He's got a .280 lifetime average against the Orioles with 23 home runs. 2-2 delivery on the way, and he does yank that one right into the cluster of defenders. Coming in, De Aza, and he will put it away, and Teixeira's retired.
Yeah, terrific pitch because he got in on his fist. Now, we have not seen Wei and Chen. This is what, about 5 or 6.
Here's A-Rod.
Yeah, throw over 90 miles per hour. Well, he's been well received in New York, but I can't think of a whole lot of reasons that fans on the road are going to give him much of a reception other than what he just got.
His first game on the road, of course, after coming off the suspension last year. He has a 4-game hit streak going, goes after the first pitch, fouls that one back. Orioles just as soon he not be in the lineup, whatever age and how many games missed, because he has put up unbelievable numbers over the seasons against the Orioles, including 61 home runs. 0-1 count with one down. And Rodriguez will take it in the inside corner. These are the rankings here at Camden Yards. He has the third most hits, tied for second in doubles, more RBIs and more home runs in this ballpark than any other opponent of the Orioles. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that'll miss outside.
Yeah, this is a great place to hit, and
it's pretty much straight up in both the outfield and infield.
Big double, 3-run double last night.
He'll go after that one. The off-speed pitch gets him, to the delight of Chen and the crowd.
Yeah, well, I think what's going to happen, and you're going to see it, is last night off of Buckholz, he hit a slider, so you speed the bat up, hit it into the gap. But right now, when a guy throws the ball and you're a little bit late, then you try to get a little bit quicker, and then the good slider. And this is a good slider. Bottom drops out. Perfectly situated, executed pitch. Location, you couldn't hand it better to Caleb Joseph. And I think that's the way they're going to try to pitch him. Just crowd him and make him really recognize and represent the fastball, and then try to get him out with soft stuff.
Chris Young will foul it back. Young making the start in right field for this Yankee team. Last year he had 71 at bats. He went 282, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. He only played in 23 games for Joe Girardi on the left, Yankees skipper, in his 8th season with the Yankees. Young joined the ball club on September 2nd. He was signed as a minor league free agent in late August.
And he really played well. He's another guy that came over from the Mets across town and had some big hits for the Yanks.
1-1 delivery, and that's a big hit. Way back in left field. He waited long enough, and goodbye home run. So Young delivers the long ball with 2 down in the inning. His second home run of the year, his 4th RBI, and the Yankees have an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, slider to strike out Alex Rodriguez, and then comes back with a curveball and hangs it. Now maybe Yankee Stadium, but we're in Baltimore. It's probably a double. And I mean, you just can't get a more hittable pitch on a curveball. Times it perfectly, and the Yankees lead by 1.
As we said, Chen gave up 23 home runs last season, and 20 of those were hit by right-handers. He's now given up 2 home runs in the 2 starts he's had this year. So with 2 down, John Ryan Murphy, who's doing the catching in the ball game, will stand in. He'll take it away. Murphy working behind the plate. Couple of hits in 7 at bats so far on the season. 1-0 delivery by Chen, and he will miss outside with it. Here at Camden Yards last year, 15 starts. He was 8-2 with a 3.76 ERA. 2-0 delivery on the way, and that one popped up first base side. And there's room. Good play by Davis to put it away. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Home run, Young. Yankees 1, Orioles 0. The game, Peter Lang from Parkville. You've won $500 for being selected. You get $500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play baseball buck scratch-offs, win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Go to mdlottery.com/baseball. Dave Wallace, the Oriole pitching coach, away tonight. He is attending a funeral, so in his place, Dom Chidi on the right is going to take over in the dugout to be the coach there tonight, and probably the best friend that Orioles starter
Obado Jimenez
has ever had.
Well, Ramon Martinez was a heck of a pitcher, won 20 games for the Dodgers, so they brought him on, and it was like you got triple teamed in spring training. You had Dom Chidi, you had Dave Wallace, the two of those guys that came on last year and did a marvelous job, and then you get Ramon, speaks the same language, both really accomplished pitchers, kind of changed, tweaked, and Jimenez had a marvelous game against the hot-hitting Jays.
Great start.
Yeah.
Here's Jones, Snyder, and Manny Machado. Adam 3 for 11, lifetime off Pineda, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. Adam with the 8 for 21, big average, boosted it during the 3-game series here at home. He's picked up a couple of doubles, 2 home runs, and he's got 7 RBIs. 26-year-old delivers, showed bunt. That'll be interesting tonight with A-Rod at third base. Will the Orioles try and test him tonight at third?
No, that's just a smart play. Pineda's hard to hit, and if A-Rod wants to play in short left field, then Adam can bunt. That's one of the things that makes him Adam Jones.
Did he go? Fouled off?
Well, he did, but not much of a swing. Really good slider. Everything moves. I think he's one of these guys that the middle, I guess the index finger's a little bit longer. You can see that well out there. Really good breaking ball. So he's got a lot of movement because of large hands. His index finger's a little bit longer. So everything he throws has movements, and then he's got a great changeup to go with it.
1-2 delivery to Jones, and again jamming underneath the arms. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pineda's numbers last year were absolutely astounding. The overall batting average 200 against him, 196 left-handers, and 205 for right-handers. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that covered enough innings to give it some reason. 76 innings in the 13 game starts they had last year.
Yeah, the one thing they didn't do, and again, the support system. 14 last starts, he's gotten 2 runs 10 of those times.
Down ball fouled off.
So maybe 1 run in the second's like an avalanche of runs for him.
He certainly gives the Yankees a chance to win based on the way he has pitched. His first outing this year against Toronto, he was non-decision, 2 runs, 6 hits, 6 innings. He walked only 1, and he struck out 6, throwing 96 pitches.
That's 16 pitches. That's very efficient. But he everything is somewhere around the zone when he wants it to be.
Jones reaching out on that, pops it up over by the dugout, and not enough room. That'll end up in the dugout. Adam Jones, middle of this lineup, hitting cleanup in this one against the American League East. Some really big numbers. Against the Yankees, he's had 17 home runs, hit 272.
Yeah, he seems to hit everybody. I read something the other day where he doesn't hit well in April. 286, 26, 97. That's his month of April. That's a pretty good month.
Most major league people would take that. Yes.
Exactly.
3-2 delivery to him. Shoots that one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. No throw will be made. So Jones gets the Orioles' second hit. Leadoff man on in both innings for the Orioles.
Yeah, they're shifted up the middle. So Gregorio Pettit, he's going to get it, but no play on it. See Gregorius. We've got Gregorio and Gregorius playing shortstop. So he gets to it, but just can't make the play.
So the Orioles get Jones on with their second hit. That'll bring Snyder to the plate. He's DHing in the ball game tonight. Travis with an 0 for 6 off Pineda in his career. Jones will be held by Teixeira. Pineda's delivery to him down to first base, and that will be foul. Let's take a look at our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers. Most home runs, first 6 games.
Well, we know the answer of why that happened in 1966. A lot of guys hit home runs early in 1966. Now, this year, Orioles
The least of their problems is offense. They've been scoring a lot of runs.
Jones, not a big lead, and a little number. Pineda go to first, says his catcher. He does. That will record the out. Jones will go down to second base, and Snyder's retired.
Yeah, really good changeup right here, right off the end of the bat, and then no play at second. Might have had one, but he didn't even look. So the Orioles get the tying run with one out here in the second inning in scoring position.
You take your direction from your catcher on those plays because you can't see what's going on behind you. And you saw Murphy pointing as well as hollering, go to first base. Covering second base, Petit, the second baseman, standing on a bag with Jones. Here is Manny Machado, who picked up his hit ball game yesterday, getting out of the 0 for on the year, so 1 for 19 now. And Machado getting his first look at Pineda in the ball games last year. Pineda pitched against the Orioles. He was not involved in any of those ball games, 4 of them. 0-1 count. Jones short lead off second base. They're really holding a breaking ball that's going to miss. 1-1. This is where Pineda number actually goes up. Runners in scoring position, and there weren't many of them last year. Opponents hit 244 against him in these situations compared with the 200 overall number.
Yeah, it's a below the league average, but high for him. 251 was the average in the American League in 2014.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that one's going to be fouled back by Manny on the 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, it looks like even the ball's up, he might have a good swing, but movement, nothing like it. It's not always about velocity. We saw that Ubaldo Jimenez against the hot-hitting Jays.
Pineda's a strikeout king with an amazing 8.4 strikeouts to walk ratio last year. A new mark for a Yankee pitcher. 1-2 delivery on the way down to third. Fair ball. That's going to go into the corner. Adam Jones will come around to score easily. Manny Machado will go into second. A double and an RBI, and the ball game tied at 1.
Well, you kind of touched on it yesterday, Gary, where you talked about the last 2 years, 320, 350 with runners in scoring position. How do you do that? You wait for the ball to travel. Everybody talks about it. This is a changeup. It ends up down and in, and watch him just drop the bat. So he gets movement, but you can just see him stay on it. And again, because it's 88 versus 91, 92, bat head gets out a little bit. You're playing percentage baseball. You got a guy that's going to close in on 40 playing third. Headley getting the night off, and you got yourself a tie game.
And another runner in scoring position. Jonathan Scope coming up, looking for his first hit off the right-hander. He's 0 for 4 against him. Machado off second base. That one drilled. That's going to go to the left field corner and just off the top of the wall. Manny Machado will come around to score. The throw to second base is in time, and he is out. Gardner out, retrieving that in left field. Will get Scope on the throw to second. It will be an RBI base hit, though, and the Orioles get a lead.
Yeah, and Jonathan thinks he was safe. So Buck Showalter up on the corner of the dugout just to see. And of course, Buck's going to check with the replay people. But what a bullet that was to give the Orioles the lead. And Gardner, who always has been a good thrower.
He may not have touched him.
Well, he touches him, but did he get the hand in?
That left hand may be on the bag before he got the tag on. So they will challenge. Orioles on the call.
Yeah, he tags him between the arms and then never really gets him until he's already on the bag.
Yep.
Now they have to, and you talk about it all the time, definitively be able to see that. So it's a nice play to even catch it, but he missed him, and the left hand gets in there.
Fans get to look at it on the big board here. That's required under the replay rules that the fans
he never
be
tagged
able to
him.
look at it. No, Gary Cederstrom, who's working at first base, is the crew chief. So he comes in.
I was very, I guess, skeptical last year when they started this, because you figured, well, it's going to take a long time. They may not get it right. And then you see what happens is when in the old days, if you get the ball that early, he's automatically out. But now all of a sudden, not only do you have to tag him, you have to sustain the tag. Sometimes you're safe and then you're out if you come by and go off the bag.
So the question is there enough on the video to say definitively that the call was wrong? The call was out. And it is a manager challenge. The other interesting thing, and we talked about it yesterday on a play at second base, that it's part of the he's safe. So they will change it. And Jonathan Schoop's going to be credited not only with the RBI but with a double. It gets real tough around second base because on double play balls now, part of the instructions to the umpires is if a throw comes to second base and whoever takes it at second is around the bag and the throw doesn't pull him off the bag, the runner is out even if he doesn't touch the bag. Now don't ask for a long explanation on that one, but it's to prevent collisions at second base on double plays. So there's a situation where it didn't apply because that throw's coming in from the outfield and you got to put the tag on. Here is Cabrera. Everett Cabrera will take the pitch down low for a ball. So the Orioles with a couple of runs in. They've got the 2-1 lead. RBIs by Manny Machado and Jonathan Schoop.
12 1/3 innings for Pineda last year, and they've already doubled up the amount of runs they scored by getting 2 here in the second.
Cabrera to be followed by Joseph. Pineda, the 1-0 delivery to him, will be taken outside. Count goes to 2-0. The other thing they'd love to do, of course, is work that pitch count up in a hurry here. Yankees bullpen has been exhausted in light of the series that they played in Boston with a 19-inning ball game, then having to play in the ball game last night, and just a lot of pitchers have been used. A-Rod moves in even with the bag at third, even a little closer, and a swing and a foul ball. 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, the Orioles would like to get to the bullpen. They have 5 new pitchers, and one of them the Orioles obviously know, Andrew Miller, but 4 other. Kyle Davies, we saw him when he was a starter for Kansas City. Chris Martin, Justin Wilson, and then David Carpenter came over from the Braves. A lot of new faces out there. Yeah.
2-ball, 1-strike count. Schoop off second base. And a swing and a miss. Cabrera with a big cut on that one. We're leaving it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now, that was just a fastball, but he cuts it and it moves so much, even though it's in the middle of the plate, pretty effective.
2-2. That's that big home run cut that Cabrera can take. And he can when he gets a ball that he thinks he can drive. Shortstop, Gregorius holding. Runner at second. And that one is a protect swing and a good pitch down low. And the count will stay at 2-2. For Cabrera last season, 234 with runners in scoring position for the Tasmanian Devil. Mike Showalter, John Russell, his bench coach, and a lot of time, close quarters over there discussing the ball game. 2-ball, 2-strike count. And Cabrera, well, tipped into the mitt for the out, strikeout.
Yeah, he does sell the changeup, big guy, and a lot of stuff going on there. Great angle and then great movement. Just take some off. Look at the movement. This is similar to the pitch that Manny Machado hit for the double over the bag. Ball just goes straight down.
Orioles coming in 4th in the league, hitting .316 with runners in scoring position early on in the season. They get another chance here. Caleb Joseph. 2 down, 2 in. Runner on at second base. Joseph has faced Pineda only a couple of times. 0 for 2 against him. And a breaking ball that had a lot of bend on it. That looked like the Arctic Circle route right there. And a strike. Five and 5 last year with a great ERA under 2. He is a fly ball pitcher. 58% of the outs on fly balls last year. That includes line drives. Here's the 0-1. Another one with some movement, and that's a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, I know Caleb Joseph wants to put a ball in play, but those were 2 pitches. And he was able to lay off them, even though they were called strikes, and now he's just going to have to battle.
Good secondary lead for Jonathan Scope as the infielders back off on their hold. Here's the 0-2 delivery to him, and he'll foul that one back. So the Yankees in 4-3 to conclude this homestand against the Orioles. The Orioles' first homestand of the season. O's are 3-3 coming in. Miguel Gonzalez, CC Sabathia tomorrow night. Bud Norris, Nathan Eovaldi will be scheduled to pitch in the third game of the series on Wednesday. All 7 o'clock start time, 6:30 O's extra each night. 0-2 count. And the high heater. So that is strikeout number 3. The Orioles, though, get a couple of runs. They do it on 3 hits and leave 1 on and take a 2-1 lead. Numbers in our Major League Notebook. You see the Yankees against teams in the American League East have never had 3 consecutive losing seasons. Those are the ones they've had for 2 consecutive years, 73-74, 89-90, and 2013-14. They're trying to avoid having a 3rd consecutive losing season for the first time in their history against division teams. And if they're going to do it, man who's on the mound tonight, Pineda's obviously important to them. Brian McCann talked about him. New York Post, he said, I think he's going to have a big year. His stuff speaks for itself. When he takes the mound, he's as good as anybody in the league. He creates tough angles. You don't see many people get the movement he gets on his fastball. Then he comes at you with a slider and a really good changeup. From Brian McCann, catcher.
Yeah, normally would be catching. Well, that's what he does. And that's why he doesn't give up a lot of runs, too. That's a big inning against Pineda, at least for the Orioles, and pretty much anybody else that he pitches against.
Gregorius up, hitting in the 8th spot. Will take the pitch outside. The homestand at Yankee Stadium for the new Yankee shortstop. He heard the chants of Jeter, Jeter from the Yankee fans. That ball will go to second base. Scope will make the play on him on the way. Orioles and Yankees continue their 3-game series tomorrow night here at the Yard, 7:05, and it's the first Ollie's Bargain Night presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Once again, every Tuesday home game, all upper reserves are only $10 when purchased in advance. It's a great affordable night out. See you at the Yard. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Joe Girardi, the current Yankee manager. Buck Showalter, a former Yankee manager who enjoys nothing more than a victory over the Yankees. Here is Petit, and he'll go after the first pitch and foul it off, and he got Caleb Joseph.
Yeah, what is this? I got a note, 1,846 games since Buck Showalter last managed the Yankees.
He will never say that a victory against them is any different than against anybody else.
Well, they know how good a manager he was. I kind of liked it on Old Timers Day last year. They gave him an ovation. Yankee fans don't forget how effective he was.
He was so funny about it. He said they wanted me to put on the jersey I had with the Yankees. He said, "Are you kidding me?" And they wanted me to come out from over by the Yankee dugout with the other guys. Are you kidding me?
He got to the back.
So he stood on the steps of his own dugout.
He might have got a couple of steps on the warning track to acknowledge people.
2-ball, 1-strike delivery, and that one will be fouled back. Chen trying to have himself a quick inning here. Gregorio Petit, 30 years old, out of Venezuela, acquired by the Yankees from Houston on April 1st this year.
Yeah, up with Oakland in 2009 and then got to play last year. Only 97 at bats, but a little pop. 8 doubles out of the 27 hits. He's airing it out tonight.
Started his professional career 2002 with the A-ball team of the A's. 2-2 delivery on the way. That'll be fouled off. You take a look at the adds and subtractions when it comes to the Yankees.
Yeah,
Ichiro, Derek, David, Francisco Cervelli gone. And there are the new names.
Yeah, Ichiro now playing with the Marlins. Orioles comes in. And of course, he will have to take over for Derek Jeter, or he'll play the same position. I mean, Derek Jeter's Derek. Only one Derek Jeter.
Very tough situation for a player to come in, especially at home, and I'd have to hear that. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Wow, towering fly ball to left.
Well, you got to remember that's
blowing that way, but De Aza will have room and puts it away.
Yeah, that's probably about a quarter of an inch from being a home run to tie it up. So you remember it. You stay out of that zone, but well, you can see why Joe Girardi plugged him in tonight. Stephen Drew played last night and he was slumping, but did hit a home run.
Drew will be regular at second for Girardi's ball club.
I don't know if Petit swings like that, he might be a little platoon there.
Boy, that sound good. 2 down. Chen with 2 away, back to the top of the order. Ellsbury. Scobie Ellsbury grounded out his first time up. He'll get straight up, both infield and outfield against him, and he tried to wait on that. Down to first, Davis has it. Chen's got to have a 1-2-3 in. Orioles will be coming up in the bottom half of the third. Top of their order will be coming, and they've got a 2-1 lead. Florida, spring home of the Orioles, also a destination for a culinary adventure, from fresh local seafood to an eclectic array of world-class cuisine. Savor Sarasota Restaurant Week coming up June 1 through the 14th, celebrating its 10th year. Visit savorsarasota.com. Gorgeous day here. Temperatures up 70, low 70s in the area, and a gorgeous sunset here tonight. You see a pretty good breeze blowing. You don't feel much of that down on the field, and it's been going right to left, left to right, kind of blustery upstairs tonight. But how about that sky? 68 degrees at game time tonight, clear skies. Orioles have the lead, bottom of the third inning. Alejandro De Aza, base hit, 6-game hit streak for the Orioles. Got caught stealing. A-Rod will move in at third, Teixeira at first, and the pitch is away for a ball.
Yeah, the more you see of Alejandro De Aza, you realize how good a fastball hitter he is. The league's going to try to exploit that. Not just in yesterday when he didn't get on base, was able to try to get him out with sliders.
1-0 delivery to him, and that's going to be there for a strike. He's had a couple of hits now and 7 at bats off Pineda. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Scott Coolbaugh, the hitting coach of the Orioles, really likes the way he moves that ball around out there, and that's going to be a foul ball over the tarp.
Well, the more you talk to Scott Coolbaugh, and I first met him when he was down with Texas, the more you realize he's got a pretty good handle on what he wants these guys to do and how to get them better using the whole field. I mean, everybody talks about it. You just have to try to get them to buy in.
That'll go the other way down the line. Gardner with a long run. He will get there, and Diaz is retired. Well, the regular season certainly underway here, and you still got time to secure your spot for all the action with an Orioles partial season plan. Season plan members get exclusive ticket savings, Major League Baseball's most flexible exchange policy, access to postseason tickets, and orange carpet benefits, so don't miss out. Go to Orioles.com/tickets. Steve Pearce, 1 down. He flied out to left field. His first time up. And we'll take that slider away for a ball. The Orioles, including the runs here tonight, on the season now have scored 33 and given up 34. Out-homered opponents 9-5 on the year. Now 9-6. A-Rod, let's see what he's got. He's got enough to get the out. 2 down.
A little slider, so step back. Beats him by a stride or 2.
Now the shift will be put on against the Orioles. Chris Davis. First play is made like that, and the whole season missed last year.
Yeah, 2013.
Davis with a big cut. Chris struck out his first time up against Pineda, who's walked none, struck out 3. Chen hasn't walked anybody and has a strikeout. Davis, good numbers against the Yankees. Lifetime 16 homers, couldn't hold up on that one, and a .246 average. 0-2.
Yeah, I was watching Tanaka last night, and they were commenting that he threw 90-some pitches, and maybe they had 3 or 4 swings and misses. That's 5 in a row. Pineda to Chris Davis. I actually thought Tanaka, didn't have the velocity, but he pitched, and he won. They got him 7 runs in the first inning. Used his pitches. Does he throw quite as hard as he did? Probably not.
Yankees, of course, opening up at home as they are now on a 10-game road trip. It's going to equal their longest trip of the year. They went 1-2 against Toronto, 1-2 against Boston. 1-2 delivery. Davis, good take, trying to get him to chase up high again. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles with a 2-1 lead in the ball game, out hitting the Yankees 4-1. Home run by Young, the hit and run for New York. And the 2-2. And Davis will go down and be the 4th strikeout victim. A 1-2-3 inning, and we've completed 3 here at Camden Yards. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By your local Mercedes dealership. And by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com. Enter promo code TRIPLEPLAY for free entry. Gary Thornton, Jim Palmer, you're at Camden Yards, first of 3 against the Yankees. Wei-Yin Chen hasn't walked anybody. He struck out 1. The Orioles would really like a long outing. You always would. But the Orioles bullpen has worked 14 1/3 innings over the last 3 games. So for Chen to go deep could really help the pen get a little rest tonight. Orioles bullpen's allowed runs each of their first 6 appearances with a 4.5 ERA. Chen will go to work here with Gardner coming up, batting second. Brett Gardner drew a walk, hit by a pitch rather, his first time up, and he will take that pitch. He showed bunt. Machado was already playing in.
Yeah, batting average went down. First year of a 4-year deal for Brett Gardner, but home runs went up from 8 to 17. Runs scored went up from 87 to 81. Also drove in more runs, 58 to 52. And
good pitch at the knees.
And then the ability, not like he did back in 2009 and 10 when he stole over 49 bases, but 24 2 years ago, 21 last year, and a very good defender in the outfield.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. There is the bunt. Chen was falling off the other side of the mound. Had trouble getting out of the glove and gets him at first base. Close play with Gardner flying.
Well, when we were leaving St. Petersburg playing the Rays, somebody was saying he's probably going to win a Gold Glove. He made a shovel play last year at home. Is one of the best I've ever seen. And right there, that's what you're talking about. But at least he keeps moving.
Girardi's asked for a moment from the home plate umpire while his video replay official takes a look at it. See whether or not he wants to challenge here, and he does. So Girardi's coming up. He is asking for the challenge. That'll bring again the crew chief Gary Cederstrom in from first base, and Eric Cooper will come into third to be on the phone with New York. Out or safe? The question.
It's one of those plays where you think it's so routine if you do get it out of your glove, or you can get a handle on it, but again the speed factor. Trying to bunt his way on and might have done that. Oh, I don't know.
Has to be definitively wrong. And that's pretty close. He's out.
Well, it's not definitively safe, so maybe we'll see what they say.
Why that stretch of the first baseman always matters on those plays. You see first baseman doing the splits out there sometimes, trying to get that glove as far out as they can to catch the baseball, and that's why umpires are usually listening for that ball to hit the glove while they watch the foot of the base runner.
So the replay maybe not be definitive. Ty's supposed to go to the runner. I think he's out.
I don't think they have enough to overrule it.
Right. And I guess if they had called him safe and Buck Showalter said he was out, the same thing would apply.
Yeah.
Not enough to change it. But he's airing it down the line, and
the ruling is out.
Yep. Not by much, but that's all it takes.
We'll get word from New York on what the play exactly was as they review those, but I think pretty sure it's going to be one of those where the ruling stands, which means there wasn't enough to overturn it. So Gardner's out of there, one down here in the 4th inning. Beltran coming up. He hit into a double play his first time to the plate. Orioles infield shifts around on the power hitter. 4 hits so far on the season, just 4 for 25. He's drawn 1 walk, picked up 3 RBIs.
Yeah, second year of a 3-year deal with the Yanks. Last year had the bone chips. 15 home runs, 233. The year before with the Cardinals, 24 home runs, but he was healthier.
0-2. Watch this backswing. This has been a tough night for Caleb Joseph. That was a pretty good hit. Fouled off. Full thrust on that backswing.
That's why you can see the I guess the part of the helmet or the mask they wear does give you protection in the back.
0-2 count. Beltran last year against the lefties only hit a .196 and a lot of at bats. 0-2 delivery to him. That ball up in the air. He had to reach for it. Diaz coming on. He's got it, and there are 2 down. Here's a look at our PNC minor league report. Norfolk, AAA ball club of the Orioles, and their pitching staff.
Wow. Well, what I find so intriguing about that is that a lot of those pitchers stayed in camp. They wanted them to stay in camp and work with Dave Wallace, Tom Cheedy, Rick Peterson, get a little bit of major league flavor.
Mark Teixeira will take the off-speed breaking ball for his strike. Fly it out to left his first time up.
A little high strike zone. What type of strike zone?
Infield all the way over, and the pitch will be in the dirt. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count, 2 down, nobody on.
They're still trying to incorporate that changeup. 19 of them, a career high down in St. Petersburg against the Rays.
That one is lifted if it stays fair. If it stays fair, goodbye, home run. Mark Teixeira delivers a towering fly ball, and the Yankees use the long ball for the second time in the game.
Well, Gary, to his credit, he hits the same pitch that got him out on the last time, so he might have been looking there. There's what the count with only 1 strike. And Chen gets it in, but he's waiting.
So they tie the game. Young and Teixeira the long ball.
I mean, look at this. I mean, it's inside third of the plate. You can see Caleb Joseph maybe not way in, but and certainly not in enough because he just hammered it out of here. It's a pretty good swing there.
3 home runs on the season. A-Rod up for a strike. Teixeira now has 24 career home runs against the Orioles, and 11 of those 24 have been hit here at Camden Yards. Chen giving up 2 in the ball game so far. The only 2 hits he surrendered. A-Rod will take the pitch on the outside corner. Rodriguez, strikeout victim, his first time up. He's 2 for 11 lifetime off Chen, and one of those 2 hits was a homer. 0-2 delivery. That's there, and he's gone. An intertwined bat right there. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. Teixeira's homer has tied the ball game up at 2. Offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit them in store or online at mile1.com. They bring us the upcoming schedule. Yankees, Yankees, Red Sox. Sound familiar?
Well, you talked about it, 19 straight games against the American League East. Might as well get it out of the way early. And then that's the marathon weekend. Marathon being run on Monday following week.
4 games in Boston, as we mentioned yesterday, all with a different start time, including the 11 a.m. game on Marathon Monday.
It's like the B game in the backfield.
Yes,
in Sarasota.
Was it 2 years ago? The Orioles were there. Was that 2 years ago or 3 years ago for the marathon?
Last year.
Was last year?
Yeah, well, it was last year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Brad Kaufman, I talked him into running. He got on the Red Sox team, because he could raise a lot of money, and then he hurt his hamstring. He said it was one of the great, it was a year after the the Boston Strong and the terrorist attack and all that, but he said he hurt his leg and he ran the whole race, and he said he never would have been able to do it without the support of all the people. He said it was one of the greatest experiences of his life. I mean, it was painful, but just the fact that they were so supportive.
0-1 delivery on the way.
It was.
I always count experiences that I really treasure, those where I'm in great pain. I think of them all now.
Well, I can't even imagine running a marathon.
Yeah, like 11 o'clock Monday morning, we go on the air. Great pain.
Well, they're out there running.
Down to third, Rodriguez, and Jones is retired. When the Orioles win, everyone wins, and when the O's get 5 or more runs, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com by entering promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's, valid at participating Baltimore area Papa John's. Big decision, Buck Showalter, on those Marathon Monday games. Do I go back to the hotel, pack and sleep, or do I just sit here in my chair and close my eyes?
Well, last year it was the Sunday night game. So you do it.
It's great.
Yeah, you just stay overnight. Fenway Park.
Travis Snyder.
Well, Buck was notorious when I went into Yankee Stadium years ago, and we talked about 1,846 games ago when he was managing the Yankees. He used to stay in the training room. He had a cot.
Yeah. Well, he's talking about putting a Murphy bed in the office here. Imagine that. And then they got into a great discussion yesterday with writers about what's a Murphy bed.
What?
And a lot of writers didn't know. They'd never heard of it. Fouled off by Travis Snyder.
They never played A-ball.
That's right. Stayed in the hotels, but that's all they were.
Exactly.
In order to get to the bathroom, you had to put the Murphy bed back into the wall.
Right. It's like living in New York. Where's your bike? Up on the wall. Where's your kitchen table? Up on the wall. Where are your chairs? Up on the wall.
0-2 delivery.
Ooh, just
missed inside. Yeah. So Snyder with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 1 down, nobody on. A 2-2 ball game. 2-4-0 for the Orioles. 2-2-0 for the Yankees. Shortstop move behind second base for him, and a swing and a miss. Tag is put on for the strikeout.
Well, you talked about what Brian McCann does most of the catching. Talked about Pineda, and that was it. The bottom just drops out on his changeup, and the way he holds it, I don't think he picked it up. I mean, great arm speed, 6'7", 250, 60 pounds, and then the ball just drops right out of the strike zone.
McCann getting a night off behind the plate. Manny Machado a double and an RBI. Jonathan Scope a double and an RBI, both coming in the second back-to-back. Home runs by Young and Teixeira for the Yankees, accounting for their 2 hits and 2 runs. 1-0 delivery. That's in there for a strike. The Yankees now have tied the Orioles for the most home runs in the majors so far, each with 11. 1-1 on Machado. A couple of hits on the year now for Manny. Pineda's delivery to him, and that's going to miss inside for a ball. Red Sox played today, beat the Nationals 9-4. Real tough outing for Zimmerman of the Nationals. 2 1/3 innings, 8 runs on 9 hits. 2-1 delivery on the way. That one's going to miss. Betts had a big game for Boston, 4 RBIs. He and Ortiz both had home runs. And Porcello got the win for the Red Sox, 4 runs, 4 hits in 8 innings as the starter. Pineda's 3-1 delivery on the way and a ground ball towards short. Gregorius, and scooped up at first base by Teixeira. That's a 1-2-3 inning. 2 1-2-3 innings in a row for Pineda.
Seesaw battle here at Camden Yards. Chris Young, second home run of the year, gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead. And then the Orioles will come right back. Manny Machado double down the line. Adam Jones scores, and then Scope gets him in with a double. 2-1 Orioles. 2-2 as Teixeira smokes a home run to tie it up 2-2. Those are your Geico game highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
So Wei-Yin Chen in a tight ball game. Chen, even though he got all the run support last year, I was looking today. I was surprised at how many one-run ball games. He was involved in 14 one-run games in the starts he had last year. So there were a lot of runs scored in the ball games that he started last season. He ended up 6-2 in one-run games, his own record. But 14 of the games he started were one-run ball games. And the pitch will be taken by Chris Young, who delivered a home run his first time up. Young now with 2 on the year.
That's a gutsy pitch. We threw him the same pitch he hit for a home run, but located better.
That one popped up first base side. Joseph got Rome. Nice catch right over by the dugout on the railing.
Now remember, they used to have those rubberized emblems over there where they stood on deck. Well, they took those away. So he sees where the fence is, and then the ball kind of drifts back right there, takes a look, sees where the railing is, and has the long enough arms to get the first out. So nice changeup. First changeup for a strike for Wei-Yin Chen tonight. Gets him an out.
So Murphy will stand in, opposing catcher, popped out his first time up. I was trying to remember because the incident where somebody tripped on that plastic on deck thing was with the Orioles.
Plastic on deck thing?
It was the Orioles. And Buck Showalter's the one who made him pull it during the game. Was it Caleb?
I think so.
It was Caleb Joseph. He slipped on it, the on deck circle, the plastic one, and Buck immediately had the grounds crew take it off the field, and you see it's not out there anymore.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was actually rubberized, or kind of like a rubber surface or whatever.
But it was slippery.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially if you get some moisture.
The thing was slippery. You know what I mean? That rubberized thing.
It was like a Murphy bed, but then they got it off the field, and everybody was happy.
Now you just take chalk, draw a circle, and hey, there's your on deck circle. Nobody stands in it anyway, so what difference does it make? Oh, 2 delivery on the way, and that'll just miss. Another off the plate by not very much.
Yeah, that's where you want to go in if you can, and of course try to do that on Teixeira. Got in the first time, didn't quite get in, and he tied up the game. So count allows you to pitch off the plate.
That ball's going to be a base hit into left field. That'll reach a little bit. We got the bat out there. You'll make the turn and stay. De Aza will get it in. So a 1-out single here in the 5th inning. Get your copy of Orioles, the all-new official legacy book, Baltimore Orioles, 60 Years of Orioles Magic. Features behind-the-scenes stories, photos from the team's first 6 decades. Special introduction written by Orioles legend and Hall of Famer Jim Palmer.
What was that?
That was great. That's what it said. I was reading it this time. Orioles full of partial plan members receive 20% off when you purchase the book, so reserve a copy at Orioles.com/book today.
Yeah, we got to get that out of the copy.
What's that?
Written by Dan Connolly.
Yeah, but he wrote it for you.
No, I wrote it.
Oh, you wrote it?
I wrote it.
Oh.
Well, we kind of co-wrote it.
There we go. Closer.
But he said
Getting
actually
closer.
the book is selling well, and he's doing, doing book signings and all that other stuff you got to do.
It's great.
How many books have you written?
How many books have I written?
Yeah.
That weren't published?
No, that have been published.
None.
Really?
Oh, of course.
With all the your
books?
insights and stories.
Oh, that's true. Right you are, my friend. Pitches taken inside.
No, I really.
None of them can be written. You know.
I'm not making.
Didi Gregorius.
Well, that could be the case.
That is the case. Let me assure you.
All the experiences you've had.
Yeah. Again, can't be written.
Okay.
And here's the 1-1 delivery and a swing and a miss.
Well, it's like kind of going to Disneyland. We were talking about Disneyland, Disney World. You have to use your imagination and whatever. So I guess I'll just imagine the book that you would have written. That'll get me through the evening. Maybe a fortnight or so.
A fortnight. Oh, 1 and 2. They'll get you through more than one night, my man. Pitch is taken outside on a bouncer. And the count goes to 2-2. Of course, we have the kettle talking here to me, so 2 ball, 2 strike count with 1 out. Good pitching duel underway here. Yankees get their 3rd hit on the base hit here with Murphy on at first. Infield, of course, double play depth with 1 down. Murphy the lead at first. Pitch is going to miss. And the count goes full, 3-2. So we'll see. Murphy not a base stealer for sure. We'll see whether or not the Yankees want to run him here in the 3-2-1 down.
He runs well for a catcher. He's young. And there's the big question for Gregorius. Even though this year he's 1 for 14 against right-handers, could he hit lefties?
3-2 delivery. Runner not going. Chopper. Davis. He'll go to the bag. Runner goes down to second base. And there are 2 down. Going to get the runner moved up, but 2 away. Pedestrians don't walk away from a crash. Drivers need to pay attention. Slow down. Watch for pedestrians, even where least expected. Be street smart. Two down. And Petit will come up. Second base, batting 9th in the order. 2 away. Runner on at second base. Potential go-ahead run is Murphy. Flied out to left field. Petit did his first time up. So let's see what the Yankees can do with it. Scope will hold the runner. Pitch away. Yankees hitting .261 so far with runners in scoring position. That's 7th best in the league. And as we've said, Chen extremely tough. Jim noted his number last year, 204, with runners in scoring position.
And the Orioles at 217, their starting staff was the lowest in baseball.
1-0 delivery by the lefty will be up high, and he falls behind. Petit 2-0.
Well, I think the first swing when he just missed the home run, you really, not only as a pitcher but as a catcher, Caleb Joseph, you read the bat. That's why he started him off with a breaking ball, and now he gets into a fastball count. We've already seen him put a real good swing on the heater the last time.
Gets the strike at the knees.
And what's he do? He throws him a changeup in a fastball count. He tried to do that down in Tampa or St. Petersburg against the Rays, and while he threw 19 of them, the strike percentage wasn't what it normally is, because he's right around 70% with his fastball. Tremendous fastball command.
2 down. Chen, the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off. 2 games against the Yankees last year that he pitched in, going 1-1, divergently different. First game, the Orioles won it 14-5. He gave up 4 runs, 9 hits, 5 innings. But the Orioles blasted away in that one. Then the second one, the Orioles got shut out 5-0. He gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, over 6 in that. And those were the 2 games he had against New York last year. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And Petit will foul that away. Talk about a drawn-in outfield. Adam Jones is way in center field, swung around a bit to right. Pierce in right field is in. Diaz is about where you'd be with the right-handed batter up, but center and right are in. 2-2. Lead at second base for Murphy. 2-2 pitch taken, and he's gone, and he knew it. Chen gets his 3rd strikeout. That'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 2-2. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you here at Camden Yards. Orioles first at 3 against the Yankees. Wei-Yin Chen, his second start, first outing that came against Tampa Bay when he gave up 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 1/3. Better so far tonight, Jim. How come?
A little bit more velocity, and if you go back to that game, remember when he forgot how many outs there were, and instead of getting a potential lead runner and maybe a double play, he only got the out at second. It didn't affect him. It was the second inning. He had I think a 6-0 lead, then 6-1, 6-3. He let that bother him, which is very unusual. But tonight, I think to me, the last at bat, the guy had a good swing. Petit the first time, messed around with him, and then got him looking. So he's really pitching well. And then the Orioles against Pineda, they've already doubled up what they were able to get in 2 starts against them last year. But this is kind of a typical games. You know, the Yankees, they're trying to get more runs than they got last year. Young's hit the home run. Teixeira put a real good swing on it. So kind of what we usually see when the Yankees come to town, a closely played game.
And this one certainly is. Pineda on the mound, ready to go, and the delivery will be taken outside. Jonathan Scope, an RBI double, picked up in his at bat.
Yeah, he was all over it. I mean, it was one of the few fastballs that didn't have a lot of movement, and now all of a sudden he's going to the cutter, the slider, and whatever, and he just hammered it. It's almost like I don't know, every fastball he's thrown, they're all around 91, 92, but they have this little sliding movement.
Every pitch moves.
Yeah, that one didn't.
Boy, that's what makes him so difficult to hit. 61 pitches thrown so far in the ball game. The Orioles, Machado and Scope picking up the RBIs and back-to-back doubles in the second inning. They have not had a base runner since. 2-1 delivery. That'll be into the shift off the mound. Played at second base. Petit over to first for the outs. 1 down, bottom half of the 5th inning. On Friday, April 24, the Orioles will begin a 3-game weekend series against Boston here at Camden Yards. Don't miss the only weekend home showdown this summer between these 2 rivals. Good seats still remain for each game, but won't last long. Show your Birdland pride. Help paint the park orange. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. That'll be starting April 24. And let's stand here against Boston. Cabrera shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and called strike. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. 9 in a row have been retired now by Pineda. A-Rod in at third base. Teixeira even with the bag. Cabrera batting 8th in the lineup for this one. 0-1 to him. Cuts inside and misses 1-1.
Incredible amount. What that? Maybe 19 balls and 48 strikes. It's amazing how he can get the ball with movement around the strike zone.
1-1 delivery on the way, and Cabrera will foul that one off outside of first base. He had all those big numbers last year, Jim. I mean, his whip was .83. That's walks, hits per innings pitched. That led the majors. Second lowest batting average among any pitcher in the majors, and 71% of his pitches were thrown for strikes.
With movement.
1-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. Ball's got to be played. Murphy to Teixeira, who keeps that toe on the bag. 2 down.
Yeah, late breaking slider, and he swings right over it, and he's got the changeup and goes the other way. You can see the angle, 6-7. That's what Brian McCann was talking about. Murphy makes a nice play after the swing and a miss. Almost went by him.
So 2 down, second strikeout where there's been a 2-3 assist to follow up on it. And there are 6 Ks on the board now.
Yeah, everybody says Paul, but we're going to see another one. CC Sabath is going to pitch tomorrow night. Very athletic left-hander. But everybody says, well, if you're 6'7", most of the time you can't repeat your windup. Pineda is not one of those guys.
1-0 the count. Big cut. Can't catch up to the pitch away at 91 miles an hour. Caleb was a strikeout victim.
And 91 is the average major league fastball now. So it's not like he's throwing. When you go back to when we first saw him, and that was Seattle, 9 and 10, he struck out more than 1 an inning. Only walked 55 in 173 innings.
He got that one. That one stayed up into the corner. Gardner going over to get it. Joseph will make the turn. He's going to try for 2. Gardner's got an arm. Gets it in. The tag. I don't think he got him. Nope, he's out.
He stopped running, too.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about.
He had a chance to get in ahead of the throw. He'll be credited with a single. Gardner on the throw, and I'm just watching Buck Showalter to see whether or not any challenge on this.
He never touched the bag.
No, he never touched the bag.
But I was saying when he came around first, he didn't accelerate. Again, Brett Gardner, we talked about his ability to go in the corner and make good throws, and as it turns out, last out of the inning.
2 good ones from left field tonight. There's your line. 2-5-0 for the Orioles, 2-3-0 for the Yankees. The Orioles picked up the runs, Machado and Scope, with the RBI doubles in the second inning. The Yankees, Young and Teixeira, home runs off Chen. Wei-Yin Chen has not walked anybody. He has struck out 3. Pineda's walked none and struck out 6. Orioles have left only 1 on base. That was back in the second inning. Yankees have also left only 1. That was in the 5th. And a pitch taken by Ellsbury.
Yeah, neither of these guys give you the free pass. Very, very rarely.
Ellsbury has grounded out a couple of times. In with a 4-game hit streak. He will take that pitch. That is a strike. And it will go to 1-1.
And you pitch 185 innings and only walk 35. You're throwing strikes.
Ellsbury, a .300 hitter against left-handers last year. And he will push that one in the air to left. Diaz is going to come hard. Not going to get it. That'll fall in for the base hit with Cabrera and Diaz unable to reach it. So Ellsbury's on, leadoff single.
Yeah, half of the battle if you're left-handed versus lefty, can you make contact? Well, you use the whole field, and that's exactly, just dumps it into left. Little breaking ball that, I mean, he just waits, flares it. There's Cabrera. Diaz knows he can't catch it. Mainly because if he tried, it probably would have been a collision. So now you have a guy with excellent speed. 39 steals last year for Ellsbury.
And good speed at the plate. Gardner has been hit by a pitch, and he's grounded out. He checks for signs. In at third base, Manny Machado holding the bag. Davis at first. Shows bunt, takes it on a bouncer in the dirt. For ball 1. Well, let's see if Gardner meant it here on this at bat. 8 triples, 17 home runs last season for Brett Gardner. Highs and home runs and RBIs. That'll bring Machado in even another step at third.
And then the ability for a number 2 hitter to pull the ball in the hole. That's how you hit the home runs.
There's the bunt. It's a beauty. Chen Hits it out of the glove both times, having trouble with it, but gets it there in time. Sacrificed by Gardner.
Well, you can't hesitate, and Wayne knows that. But he's so quick, gets to it so quickly. So, boy, when you got a real good bullpen and you have a starter pitching well, if you're Joe Girardi, you can play small ball. You got the big guys coming up. At least 2 chances to take the lead here, and there it is. Didn't quite get a handle on it, but corralled it, gets the out.
Well, the Yankees with a runner at second base in a 2-2 ball game and 1 down. Beltran is hit into a double play, and he is flied out. Yankees have had only 1 chance with a runner in scoring position. This is their second. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. This is where they'd want it. Their DH. Hitter number 3 in the lineup, there to get RBIs, and here's the chance for him. Chen trying to get him out of there with Teixeira to follow. Jonathan Scope holding the runner Ellsbury close at second. Big cut on a pitch up.
Well, you talked about it. He hit under 200 last year against lefties. The big home run, at least for the Orioles, was the home run off Britton, the walk-off. 3-run home run. And they came back. I believe it was early June.
0-2 the count. And off the fist. Fouled that one back into the seats. Count will stay at 2 strikes. A big moment in this ball game at 2-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. The way the pitchers are pitching at this point.
Yeah, at age 37, soon to turn 38, he's the type of guy that even with 2 strikes sometimes will guess, Gary. He'll just look way in, way out. You see them looks like they're going to come in again.
Thought about it. Miss.
Well, that's a nasty slider.
Did not go, says Gary Cederstrom.
I mean, late breaking, right where you want to throw it. I hope that maybe you can get the bat to commit, and he didn't.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Hit only .221 with runners in scoring position last year. Here's the 1-2 delivery to him, and that one he just gets enough of to foul it back off the end of the bat.
They see we're seeing much better arm action on the changeup. That was a good one. Really sold it. Well, you think about it, a hanging curveball going into the 6th inning. A hanging curveball to Young, and then the ball he didn't quite get into Teixeira. Those are the only 2 runs he's given up.
1-2. Other way again. That one's going to be foul. Well, Beltran in a good battle here with Chen. Yankees last year were 3 above 500 against lefties. They went 23-20 against left-handed starters last year for Joe Girardi's ball club. It's a decent number against left-handers. A lot of teams hang around that 500 mark against left-handed starters. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery, runner off second, and another one under the screen.
Yeah, the amazing thing, back-to-back years, and you can see right there, Caleb Jones is going to come out because he slid off the plate inside, and with a little bit of room to work with, Wayne missed out over the plate. So they'll have a little conversation, try to get on the same page. But for the 2nd straight year, the Yankees actually gave up more runs than they scored, but yet they were over 500. Kind of a testament to the bullpen and the way Joe Girardi can mix and match. What, they lose about 4 starters. Started out 10-5 and lost 4 starting pitchers, and they still managed to finish.
It was pretty amazing.
Over 500.
Yeah. 1-2. Long at bat. Ellsbury's on at second. 1 down. 1-2 delivery on the way and taken. Came back inside, missed. Beltran wouldn't go after it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kansas City's won another ball game today, 12-3 over Minnesota. So KC remains undefeated. They're 7-0. The Tigers lost today. Pittsburgh beat them 5-4, so that's their first loss. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery, and a swing and a miss, in and out on the last 2 pitches to get him.
Yep, fastball in and change up away. Boy, he'd been working on it all spring. We talked about it before first start. But I mean, that is great arm speed. It's got a late life. He turns it over. Boy, it started a couple of years ago. Scotty McGregor, Bill Castro, the end of the year, and I mean, look at that outside third of the plate. And Beltran reads fastball, and he gets a changeup.
Here is Teixeira now with 2 down. A little dancing music inside. Teixeira, the home run, is third of the year. Came with 2 down in the 4th inning. So he's got 3 home runs and 4 RBIs on the season.
And you got a tie game, go ahead run. Who do you want to pitch to? If you want to beat Teixeira or you want to pitch to A-Rod on deck, we've handled it easily.
Inside again, staying in, keep his arms close, and a 2-0 count.
Gary, it's a calculated risk, but at this juncture in the game, if got to kind of pick your poison here.
A-Rod has struck out twice. Chen with a 2-0 delivery. He did come into the strike zone with it, 2-1. I don't think Teixeira thought he was going to.
I thought he was going to throw a changeup or something off speed. And Mark certainly got enough thousands and thousands of at-bats. The educated guess, at least on that pitch, was wrong.
Chen with a 2-1 delivery to him, and that one off the end of the bat and foul at 84.
Gary, these are the best changeups I've ever seen Wei Chen throw. I mean, another one. So all that hard work, at least to this point in this game, over spring training, is coming to fruition.
Two count with 2 down. Ellsbury at second. Chen's delivery. Teixeira takes it in the dirt, and the count goes full. So 3-2 on Mark Teixeira. Ellsbury had that leadoff single move down on the sacrifice by Gardner. Three-2 delivery on the way, and he walked him.
Wow.
Close, but not close.
I think he thought he might have caught the inside corner. Another slider down and in. Take a look. And it is inside. Gets Alex Rodriguez to the plate.
Rodriguez with the 2 strikeouts. He has struck out 11 times so far on the season. Has drawn 4 walks in the 22 at bats he's had. 2 down and 2 on. Chen's pitch to him. Swing and a miss. 83.
Yeah, big article today about Barry Bonds. Can't understand why the Yankees have turned a blind eye towards what A-Rod's been able to do. The Yankees, they got to pay him for 3 years. They care about that, and they care that he can produce it going into age 40. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, this is one of those situations where he can prove that he can still do it, because that's all that really matters. I mean, to me, you can take all the numbers and you can just throw them out the window because they're tarnished. And what can you do for me now?
Big battle right here. Orioles move the infield around a bit with a 2-strike count, playing him to pull even more. Scope way over there by second base. Chen 0-2, 2 down. Delivery to Rodriguez is put up in the air. Right field. Pierce. That's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base. Tight ball game stays same. 2-2. Yards for the Yankees Orioles in a 2-2 ball game. We're going to open our Major League notebook to the page that says 1 weekend, which is where we are on the Major League Baseball season. The last of the home and openers were played today. The Mets, Pirates, and Red Sox all won. The Twins, Cardinals, and Giants lost. Blue Jays have a lead in their game. So the numbers now 12 and 17 for the home teams in home openers this year. The longest hit streaks, Alcides Escobar at 16. He extended it today. Oakie's got 15, and Billy Butler is playing right now. He's still at 10. The Orioles came in leading in home runs with 11. The Yankees with the 2 tonight have tied them for the Major League lead in home runs. That's 1 weekend to the new season. And this one tied at 2-2. Alejandro De Aza will lead it off. Orioles have had the leadoff man on twice in the first and second innings. A-Rod in again at third base. De Aza led the first inning off with a single.
Okay, Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, marvelous job tonight. Has him given pitches off the corner, maybe a little bit up in the zone, so you know what his strike zone is, pitching or hitting.
De Aza is taking and will take a strike 1-1. 72 pitches thrown by the Yankee starter. Non-decision in his first game, 6 innings. Gave up 6 hits in that ball game in his start. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that one down the line. Into the corner goes Young. On to second base goes De Aza. Ball gets away. He'll go in standing, and a leadoff double and 2 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, it looked like he got an off-speed up a little bit. He doesn't throw many home runs, 5 of them in 75 innings last year, so that's what, 1 every 15 innings. So you'll take the double, tie ball game, get something up, hook it down in the corner. Chris Young's trying to get to it quickly, and it'll go by him. And he has it easily into second base with good speed for the Orioles.
So the Orioles with a great chance to get the lead back in this ball game. Steve Pearce batting second. He hit .319 with runners in scoring position last year. Delivery to him. There's that movement again for a strike.
Yeah, normally you would think that he's going to try to do what he worked on before the game, shoot one to the right side, get the runner to third. Unfortunately, Chris Davis is unable to make contact on deck, but I still think that's got to be the approach here. Tie ball game.
Yep, yeah. Get that runner over in all the additional ways,
yeah,
and he does. Bobble. Teixeira will go to the bag. That was a cue shot right there.
A lot of spin.
Productive out, runner to third, 1 down.
Kind of a give yourself up on purpose, hit it to the right side, and he did it. That's how you put pressure on Pineda. There it is, just cued over there, and then it spins all over the place. Piazza, you can see bottom of the screen, on to third, and they will come in.
So the infield drawn in this tied game, bottom of the 6th inning. Davis has struck out twice, both times swinging. Pineda with 1 away. Piazza will have to stay close at third, and the pitch will be taken inside for a ball at 82. Pierce not real happy, wanted that RBI, took a big cut at it and ended up cueing it away.
Well, it worked though. Small ball. Let Davis hit a fly ball if he can. Of course, we mentioned trying to make contact.
1-0 count. Pineda's delivery and a swing and a miss, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Orioles runners at third base last year at a .313 average. Runners at third base and less than 2 outs this season in the spring. Buck Showalter on the ball club. One of the focal points for the offense. Get those runs in. Assuming the Orioles were not going to hit as many home runs as they did last year, makes getting runs in this situation that much more important. And the pitch inside and low, 2-1.
Now you're hoping, again, he's swung at 7 pitches and hasn't hit any of them, is that he's going to, and it looked like it there, he got a better read. Obviously, when you're swinging through pitches, you don't see the ball, you're not tracking it. But right there, a changeup that he swung out early, he took. So maybe a little bit better idea of what the ball's doing.
2-1 delivery, fouled away. The numbers last year I found were astounding in the American League. With runners at third base and less than 2 outs, there were 12 teams who hit over 300 in these situations. Only the Rays, Angels, and Rangers did not. The Orioles were 5th, hitting .357 with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. Kansas City led the league at .371. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Pineda the look and delivery. Davis takes 3-2.
And you work on it when we're always down at the cage. It started in spring training. Man on third, less than 2 outs. Man on second, get him over. You hear it all the time, but when you get 60 feet 6 inches away, you have somebody that wants to keep you from doing that.
And who's been pretty good at doing that. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
With Adam Jones waiting on deck here.
Yeah, so the runner at third base. Swing and a miss. Strike him out for the 3rd time. 2 down. 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, got to be frustrating. Just like a slider. A lot of movement. Takes it off at 84, so 7 miles per hour slower. And just swings over it. Pretty good swing. Just missed it.
So Adam Jones coming up. We'll try and get it done with 2 down. He singled and scored in the 2nd on the double by Manny Machado. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Has a 4-game hit streak. And now has 4 hits and 13 at bats lifetime off Pineda. 2-2 the score. The Orioles getting the leadoff man on. De Aza with a double. Moved up with a ground ball, and now with 2 away, can Jones get him in?
And because he faked a bunt earlier, Alex Rodriguez playing even with the bag at third. We'll see if he can hit one by him.
Pitch outside.
Jonesy can always surprise you. He can bunt. Yesterday we saw him serve one softly into right field on a good slider from Drew Hutchinson.
Infield shifted, but not completely against him, and there is the bump. He meant it. He was trying to drop it down to third that time for an RBI base hit.
Hey, you'd think normally your number 4 hitter, why would you possibly be doing that? Because it works. You don't have to drive him in by with a single. If he makes a good bunt, he could run. A-Rod doesn't play a lot of third. Certainly not the defender that Chase Headley is. And it brings A-Rod in a step.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Rodriguez stays even with the bag. Jones fouls it back.
Wow.
Nothing like a bunt on that one.
Yeah, well,
1
that
and
was
2.
Talk about a home run pitch. And he just airs it out. I mean, this is one of those cutters that starts in and comes right to the middle of the plate, and that was one that was going to go about 440.
1 and 2. Pineda trying to work his way out of a jam here after that leadoff double. 1 and 2 with 2 down. Diaz off third base. 1-2 delivered to Jones on a towering fly ball left center field. Ellsbury back up and goodbye home run. Adam Jones with a 2 RBI homer, and the Orioles are up 4-2.
I think the Yankees aren't wishing he had tried to bunt. As we said, Pineda doesn't throw many home runs, but he throws the big fly here in the 6th.
And Peter Lang, our Maryland lottery contestant, congratulations. Another $500 for you on the Jones home run. And a 4-2 lead.
Boy, I'll tell you, nice at bat. He got 2 balls that were home run.
Travis Snyder, he does square.
Now, you don't get too many of these. Just a moving fastball stays up, and then Ellsbury runs out of room. And there you go. Might have been LaVarnway. Caught yesterday, caught tonight.
Different positions. 0-1 count with 2 down. And the strike taken. Snyder has struck out. Grounded out. So the Orioles, on the home run by Jones, retake the major league lead in homers with a dozen. Adams got 3, 9 RBIs on the season. 0-2 delivery on the way. That'll be down low. Pineda's got to recover here and get the final out. 2 down, 1 and 2.
Well said, because you're battling yourself. You give up a home run. The only way you can still stay in the game, have a chance to win, is try to get Snyder out and get back on the bench.
1-2 strike called in the outside corner. 8 strikeouts, but the Orioles get the big hit. Couple of runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. Adam Jones having a great first homestand. Delivers his 3rd of the year. Good for 2 and a 4-2 Orioles lead.
A mobile game changer, and right here, curveball, strike 1, pitched around Teixeira, the only walk of the night, and then 0-2. Didn't make a great pitch, but great result. Pierce puts it away. Chen gets out of the inning. 2-2 ball game. The Orioles add a couple. He believed with a 4-2 lead. You like the 89 pitches, 31 balls, a lot of strikes, and again the pitch around, the only walk to Teixeira. And then our AT&T call the bullpen. AT&T, proud partner of the Baltimore Orioles. AT&T mobilizing your world. So you got AT&T mobilizing. You got Tommy Hunter immobilizing, hopefully, as he comes in. You can see right, this will be his 3rd game of the year. Got to walk anybody. So the Orioles with the lead. They're going to try to hold it through the last 9 outs.
Adam Jones, the big blow to give the Orioles the 4-2 lead in the ball game as we go to the 7th inning. Chance for Wei and Chen to get a win in his 2nd start. Tommy Hunter will work against Young, Murphy, and Gregorius in the lineup. 6, 7, and 8. Young a home run in the 2nd inning. His 2nd long ball of the season. 4-7-0 for the Orioles. 2-4-0. For the Yankees, who have left 3, the Orioles have left only 1. Orioles, when they've gotten them on, have gotten them in. And Tommy Hunter goes to work with a pitch that will miss down low for a ball. Tommy on out of the bullpen is one of those who's not been overused so far. A couple of appearances, inning and 2/3, no runs, 1 hit. He has not walked anybody and struck out 2. And that one will catch the inside corner for a strike to Young.
Well, you got 3 left-handed hitters on your bench, Drew and then Headley, who's a switch hitter, and then you got Brian McCann. So if you put them in, then of course if you get to the 9th inning, who do you have in? You got a left-hander, Zach Britton, coming in. Joe Girardi.
1-1, and he somehow gets that to the outfield for a base hit. A shattered bat as he pulled his hands in and gets a leadoff single.
Yeah, a little slider. So home run, blooper.
Well, the leadoff man on here in the 7th.
Yeah, it kind of hangs in the middle of the plate, so a little bit easier to get to. Right down on the bat, so probably broke the bat, but he'll take that. That's what the Yankees are looking for.
That'll bring Murphy to the plate. Potential tying run now at the plate. He will get his first look at Tommy Hunter. Not faced him before in his career. John Ryan Murphy doing the catching in the ball game. Single, and he is popped out, and the pitch will be outside for a ball. And this tight ball game continues. Hit number 5 picked up by the Yankees. Hunter with a look over to first. Young, decent lead, not going anywhere, and gets the outside corner with it for a strike. For Tommy Hunter against the Yankees, owns a 1-3 record, 2 for 2 in saves, though. This will be the 20th game he's appeared in his career against them. Yankees have hit 238 off him. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery, and that one he got in, and a 1-2 count.
Now, Tommy's got 2 fastballs. He really came up with the 2-seamer. You saw it right there. A lot of late movement, so effective. Runs away from lefties into righties. And when he's at the top of his game velocity-wise, he had the 10th best velocity out of the bullpen last year at over 96 miles per hour.
1-2 a little further inside that time.
It's another 2-seamer. Such a great pitch. I probably started throwing it 5-6 years into my career because it runs away from lefties, and then in this case, if you can get in on their hands, it's a great double play ball. If you get it in.
2-2. Young off first, not going anywhere, and the pitch will be up and in. So the count goes full, 3-2. Young, the leadoff batter at first, with a single, checking with the dugout. See whether or not he's going to be taking off. Joe Espada's the new third base coach for the Yankees, who relay the sign over. Tony Pena, their coach at first. There's Joe. Hunter, 3-2. Runner not going. And the pitch is up and in. So the first 2 are on here in the 7th inning. It'll be only the second walk the Yankees have picked up in the ball game tonight. Text Masson's word of the day. Athletic to 29292 for your chance to win a meet and greet with Buck Showalter, presented by Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, who encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Left-hander Brian Mattis up in the bullpen.
And that's going to be a stretch because he pitched 2 innings yesterday very effectively. 3-2 breaking ball to Murphy with a 2-run lead, and you don't throw it over. Boy, it could get your attention on the bench.
Gregorius infield looking for a bunt at the corners. He doesn't bunt and fouls it back.
Wow.
He has grounded out twice.
I think the big question was could Gregorius hit lefties, and as we mentioned this year struggling against righties, but I certainly thought that maybe you might see him squaring around.
Orioles will still think bunt maybe. Machado's going to stay in. Davis at first base will back up a little bit. And he certainly wasn't bunting. Big cut, and Hunter blows the fastball by him and gets an 0-2 count. So Tommy Hunter looking for the strikeout or the ground ball here to get a double play if he could. 0-2. 25-year-old out of the Netherlands at the plate. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that one is poked in the air. Jones coming. He'll get it. Runners go back. Gregorius retires.
Yeah, you mentioned that Adam playing a step or 2 shallower this year. It hurt him a little bit when some guys drove some balls up, but Gregorius, not known for his power, gets to it easily. Yeah, you have to appropriately play shallow, and then in this case the last thing you want is a double over your head.
So with 2 on and 1 down, Yankees are going to go to their bench here and bring on a pinch hitter. It will be Garrett Jones.
Yeah, I forgot about him, but I'm sure the Orioles didn't. Home run guy, comes from the Marlins.
There are the numbers.
Martin Prado really played well for the Yankees. But they got Nathan Eovaldi that you talked about, who'll pitch on Wednesday night.
Jones 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter this season. He's had 8 at bats, as you saw, with a couple of hits, including a double. 2 on and 1 out. And Jones goes after the first pitch and fouls it away. Hitting for Petit in the number 9 spot. The Yankees second baseman had struck out and flied out in the 2 at-bats he had in the ball game. So Garrett Jones the opportunity. 0-1 count, 1 down. Leadoff single by Young. He's at second base. The walk to Murphy. He is on at first. 0-1 pitch. That's right there. 95. And no movement of the bat. 0-2.
Yeah, normally Garrett Jones, least amount of home runs last 2 years. Miami, Pittsburgh, 15, 27, 21. But those years he played regularly.
0-2.
Good pitch right there.
Orioles trying to protect the 2-run lead that they got in that last half inning on the home run by Adam Jones. Now the Yankee Jones at the plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery and late on it and fouls it back. Somehow though keeps the at bat alive. And will stay at 1-2.
Yeah, always been a strikeout guy, power guy, doesn't walk a lot. Last 5 years 100 or more strikeouts, but then again he's getting close to 500 at bats.
Tommy Hunter, 1-2 count. 16 pitches thrown in the inning by Tommy. And that'll be outside. 2-2.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped a little bit.
Chen with the 2 runs, 4 hits over 6. Non-decisioned in his first start. Pitcher of record on the winning side in this one. Out of the ball game. Tommy on in relief. Young off second. Delivery on the way. Another foul ball back. Again, trying to jump on one to drive it. Orioles play him straight away in the outfield.
Well, that's what he does give the Yankees, a guy off the bench that with home run power. Now, can he do it as a pinch hitter? Not playing regularly? That'll be a question that'll get answered over the course of the year. Pretty good swing there, and that's something you try to read. I mean, you can't throw him a fastball, you just can't do it. And
he's had at bats against Tommy. He's actually 4 for 6 against Tommy Hunter. So a little meeting of the mound here with Joseph going up. That is Justin Wilson, one of the new names we were talking about earlier in the Yankee bullpen.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you want to be on the same page, and anything that Caleb Joseph puts down is only a suggestion. Tommy Hunter has to really buy into what he wants to try to do to Garrett Jones.
And Jones will foul another one back over the screen.
Yeah, another good
tough
pitch.
at bat.
Yeah, he really was. That was right in on his fist, and he fought it off.
So 2-ball 2-strike count with 1 out. Jones on as the pinch hitter. Coming off the bench, trying to do some damage here. This is going to be the 8th pitch of this at bat against Jones. Runners off first and second. 2-2 delivery, and he puts that one in the air to left. Alejandro De Aza with the runners tagging makes the catch. They won't go. He gets it in a hurry to Manny Machado. So Jones retired, 2 out. Experience Oriole Park in an exciting new way when you pick up an Oriole Park 5-bagger suite program. One low price, you get all inclusive, fully catered suite, 5 games, including games against the Yankees or Red Sox, parking, VIP treatment, and more. No better way to entertain clients, colleagues, or bring friends. For details, call 410-547-6173 or go to Orioles.com/suites. 2 down.
Well, 6 for 17 off Hunter, and then the reason Mattis is not in, not as many at bats, but 3 for 8.
Jacoby Ellsbury, he'll go after the first pitch. Towering pop up back near the screen and over it. A couple of rows back beyond the screen. Yeah, Ellsbury's had a single, 1 for 3.
Seen Tommy go to another gear here.
Just ramping it up, trying to end the inning right here. Yankees are looking to their bench here if needed, as Stephen Drew is in the on-deck circle.
Well, a lot of times, you think you always come from behind in the late innings. Well, this is the 7th inning, but I don't mean the 8th or 9th. You like this matchup. And I don't think the Yankees don't know that Mattis pitched multiple innings yesterday. So they figured maybe they'll get the matchups they want.
2 on and 2 down. Pitch on the way will miss. Ellsbury, his base hit extended his hit streak to 5 games now. 7th hit of the year, 7 for 26 on the season. 22 pitches thrown. Tommy Hunter over where he would like to be for the inning. He gets the out, it won't matter. And did he go? They check at third. Yes,
he did.
Eric Cooper.
Big time curveball right there. Tommy Hunter is a starter. And that way out in front of home plate. Tried to check it.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Fans on their feet. Young off second, Murphy off first. 1 and 2. Pitch on the way and a chopper. It'll go to second base. Jonathan Scope. It's a race and it's bobbled. Run stays at third. Throw immediately in. As Young had made the turn at third base. So safe is Ellsbury to load him up with 2 down.
Yeah, Jonathan Scope comes in and bare hands it. Very rarely do you ever see a second baseman do this. And not only does he do it, he makes the play. So a lot of speed. There's the toss. I'm not sure he would have been out. And then the heads up play by Chris Davis to catch it and keep Young at third base.
So the bases are loaded now with 2 away. We'll wait on the call on Ellsbury. Looks like Yankees are going to get a hit on that. We'll see. Here is Stephen Drew. He'll come off the bench. Drew on for Gardner.
Yeah, the home run last night, and
Stephen Drew 0 for 5 against Tommy Hunter. Couple of grand slams in his career.
You think getting hit by a pitch, Gardner can't play?
Don't know.
Why would he not be hitting here?
Gardner was hit in the first inning. He had 2 other at bats after that. And the pitch will be in there for a strike.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, here's a guy that plays against righties and lefties.
He's 1 for 14 off Hunter with a home run.
Yeah.
Looks all right. 0-1 count, 2 down, bases loaded. Orioles up 4-2. Tommy Hunter working to Drew. Drew will take it. 1-1.
Yeah, high ball hitter, and you bring that ball in an inch or 2, and he'd probably be hacking. That's the home run he hit off the Buckholes yesterday, just crept over the wall at Yankee Stadium.
That one's away. No place to put him here. He had 7 home runs, 26 RBIs, 85 games with the Yankees and Red Sox combined last year. Involved in the Kelly Johnson deal with Boston. Young, Murphy, and Ellsbury. 2-1 delivery, 3 ball, 1 strike count.
Well, he certainly ought to get a good pitch to hit, because Tommy Hunter is going to throw something for the middle of the plate and hope it doesn't end up there.
Tommy Hunter 3-1, 2 down. Sacks full, 3-1 delivery. And that ball driven in the air to the gap in right center field, way back there. And goodbye home run. A grand slam pinch hit home run for Stephen Drew with 2 down, and the Yankees take a 6-4 lead.
Well, he gets a pitch to hammer. 3-1. He's a high ball hitter. Very much what he hit last night. The Orioles certainly know that, but the count dictates what sometimes you have to throw.
And the Yankees a big blast to take the lead and foul back. Beltran Drew with a home run last night, his first of the year. Comes off the bench, first bat in this game, second home run, now has 6 RBIs. Garcia's the right-hander now up in the bullpen for the Orioles. 0-1 delivery on the way and a breaking ball in there for a strike. Beltran is 0 for 3 in the ball game.
Well, this whole inning, though, is, boy, you can go back to throwing Murphy a 3-2 breaking ball with a 2-run lead. He walked him.
Chopper against the shift, shortstop Cabrera. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side, but the damage is done. Grand slam home run. Drew pinch hitting, and the Yankees go up 6-4. Yankees versus Orioles series, sponsored by Chevrolet. Gary Thor and Jim Palmer here, and for Tommy Hunter, coming off after the grand slam, obviously upset. An inning kept alive. Ellsbury did get credited with a base hit on the infield hit. The walk surrendered to Murphy, and those are the kind of things when you keep an inning alive, Yankees take advantage of it.
Well, it started with a soft hit. You know, I pitched long enough. You never want to walk people, but you want to walk them on a 3-2 breaking ball, which brings the go-ahead run to the plate. As it turns out, he walks Murphy. You do get the infield hit, and he gets behind Drew, and you do what I would have probably done: throw him a fastball, hope it doesn't get there. You know he's a high ball hitter. He has good numbers against you. As it turns out, to his credit and the Yankees' credit, they give up 2, they get 4, and now they have the lead.
So Pineda goes back out to the mound with an opportunity now to work with the lead in the ball game. The Adam Jones home run had given the Orioles the lead. Bronx Bombers are proving to be just that so far this season, as they're hitting home runs like the Orioles are. Yeah. Drew will play at second base after the grand slam. Chris Young has come into the ball game. Young will play in left, going from right to left. Ball to center field, base hit. Manny Machado's on his second hit. Bottom of the 7th inning, Machado 2 for 3 with a double, RBI, and now a single, and now the Orioles will get the potential tying run to the plate here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
And their bullpen will get active. One of those games.
Six runs on 7 hits for the Yankees, 4 runs on 8 hits for the Orioles. Jonathan Scope double and an RBI. He is also grounded out. Pineda's delivery, and that will be taken for a strike. 90 pitches thrown by the Yankee starter in this, his second start. And even though he went only 6 innings in the game against Toronto, where he was non-decisioned, he threw 96 pitches in that ball game in 6 innings. Here's the 0-1 delivery, inside corner strike. Oriole pitchers have now surrendered 11 home runs on the 10 home runs on the season with that grand slam. Manny Machado off first base, and the delivery is going to miss down low to Scope, 1-2. Tommy just shaking his head over there. Sure, he'll be out of the ball game. Bullpen still active. 4 runs, 3 hits in that inning. Base runners reached. A couple of singles and a walk. and then the home run. 1-2 count. Pineda's delivery, and he gets him to chase one outside for a strikeout. That'll be his ninth.
Pretty effective. He gets the second strike by starting it at him, catches the inside corner, and then throws him the same pitch, but starts it on the corner, and it just keeps going. Perfect 2-strike pitch.
9 strikeouts for him. The first out. Here's Cabrera. He has struck out twice in the game, both times swinging. Strikeouts for the Orioles in this ball game. He's checking here. There's been only one that's been a called third strike. All of them, 8 of the 9, have been swinging third strikes, which tells you what we've talked about all night, the movement on those pitches. 1 down. A-Rod in a third again. And the pitch up high for a ball. Cabrera looking down to Bobby Dickerson, third base coach, for the sign here. He's got a lot of room to shoot a ball through between short and third and first and second, either way.
Yeah, the problem is trying to center one of those moving, darting, diving pitches.
1-0. Machado not going anywhere at first, and the pitch is going to miss down low. Well, the count goes to 2-0 as the Orioles try and get back here in the 7th.
And you see Dallin Betances.
Yeah. He's ready to go. A lot of pitches thrown here by Pineda. 2-0 delivery on the way. Cuts on one that was cutting in on him. 2-1.
Yeah, you think it's going to be a strike, and it just keeps moving. That's what the cut pitch. You don't see a lot of spin. Hard to track.
Machado not extending his lead, just off the cut of that grass at first. 2-1. Pineda's delivery, and that will miss inside. So the Orioles, Cabrera gets ahead on the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch number 97. Pineda's got to be close to the end here if he doesn't get Cabrera. Caleb Joseph is the on deck batter.
Well, you were talking about that 19th inning game. You would think that there are a lot of pitches when you have a deep bullpen like they have. But again, that game certainly maybe affects some of the decisions that Joe Girardi is making here on Monday night.
3-1 pitch on the way. That's that hole. He's got a base hit. Manny Machado will make a turn and stay. And the Orioles, with 1 away, have 2 on here in the 7th inning. Cabrera with a base hit, and that will be it for Pineda. He will leave the ball game with a chance to be the winning pitcher, but he is responsible for the 2 base runners who are on. The Yankees go to the bullpen. Orioles down by 2. here tomorrow. Miguel Gonzalez will be on the mound against CC Sabathia, game 2 of the 3-game set. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30 with those extra presented by Southwest, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Pineda, he leaves with the lead. The 2-run home run, the big blow by Adam Jones temporarily. Bottom of the 6th gave the Orioles a 4-2 lead. So a lot of strikes, a lot of balls. Dylan Betances comes on. Last year faced 270 batters, struck out 135. Unbelievable stuff. And again, I think depending on what time of the year, could be your closer. Andrew Miller pitched for the Orioles. He's also out there. David Carpenter. They have a lot of guys that can pitch the 9th inning. So he comes in here with the Orioles with a couple of guys on, trying to take the lead or possibly tie the game up.
There's Garrett Jones in right field. Young was out there. He moved over to left, and Jones, who pinch hit, stays in and plays in right.
Yeah, Betances, when he's on his game, a big swooping hard curveball and fastball in the upper 90s.
Joseph will take the pitch down low for a ball. The Orioles have 2 on, 1 out. Here in the 7th inning, Manny Machado a single at second. Cabrera, a single, is on at first. Betances, one of those who worked in that long game Friday, an inning and a third. A couple of walks, 2 strikeouts, didn't give any runs up. Pitch will be swung on and fouled off right side. Joseph trying to get an RBI or 2 here as the Orioles try and respond to that grand slam home run.
Yeah, you'd like to get one of their hits. Start the 7th inning. Off of Tommy Hunter. Chris Young broke his bat, hit a little looper. You'd settle for that, just keep the inning going. But there, Drew with the crushing grand slam, at least to this point, giving the Yankees the lead.
3 home runs for the Yankees in the ball game. There's the delivery outside. Both runners faking a go on that one. And a 2-ball 1-strike count to Caleb Joseph.
Yeah, the amazing thing for Dylan Betances last year is that he did strike out 135 in 90 innings, but he was able to throw that curveball, and it is a power hook. It didn't really matter what the count was. I don't know if he'll do it here, but 2-1 was not a fastball count, even though we saw him hit 98 last year.
2-1. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Manny Machado will be held at third as Young is up with it, and Joseph delivers the single, and the Orioles have loaded the bases in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, so the count, we talk about it, boy. It allows you to look for pitches. This is a fastball. It's 94. Caleb Joseph all over it. But this is a tiny park. And Chris Young can throw. He used to play center field. So again, if you're Bobby Dickerson, third base coach, you are not getting Manny Machado thrown out at the plate with Diaza, who's been red hot coming up.
Yankees loaded him in their half of the 7th. They got the grand slam from Drew. The Orioles load him in the 7th inning. Diaza, double, single, and he's flied out. You'll take the pitch down low for a ball. You don't get a lot of hits with all those strikeouts that Betances gets. To go along with that, he had the best hit per innings pitch ratio in the history of the American League last year. 4.6 hits per 9 innings.
So he would miss like he did with a curveball, then you'd look for a fastball and he'd drop another hook off. Well, let's see if he can do it this year.
1-0 delivery on the way. Diaza takes and gets the count where he wants it, 2-0.
Yeah, he was totally unpredictable, talking about Dylan Betances. Let's see. Caleb Joseph looked for a fastball and got it. He's singled.
Diaza's faced Betances 3 times, 0 for 3. Outfield deep, especially in right. Jones is way back. Ground ball, that'll go to second base. Drew's got it. There's one. Relay. Gregorius not in time. Run scores. Good stop by Teixeira, or this game would be tied. So an RBI picked up by Diaz on the fielder's choice, pushing Machado across in a 1-run ball game, 6-5.
Yeah, it looked like they might have a chance to turn it. Drew, who made an error last night. But take a look right here. There's the curveball. That's ball 1. Ball 2. And now he gets a fastball, hits it hard, and then going to try to turn it. Last night Drew threw it away. This time Gregorius throw, but he's across the bag, and then you're right, Teixeira saves him a run.
Over to third base, Cabrera. Diaz at first, 2 down. Pierce going to give himself a birthday present. Pitch will be taken down low for a ball. Steve is 0 for 2 against Betances. 0 for 3 in this ball game. First and third, 2 down. Orioles out hitting the Yankees 10-7, but trailing by 1. There goes the runner to second. Throw not made. It'll be a stolen base for Diaz, and he gets into scoring position. So with no throw on it, the Orioles pick up the stolen base, their second of the year. Now a base hit could give the Orioles the lead. Betances delivers. Pierce takes the off-speed breaking ball.
Yeah, the assumption, I guess, for the Yankees as they let Dave Robertson become a free agent, ended up signing with the White Sox, is that Betances could really pitch the 7th, 8th, maybe even the 9th. They back him up with, as we mentioned, 4 new faces out there, especially Andrew Miller, shut down left-handers.
Taken, strike in the inside corner, 3-1. Pierce making him throw a strike.
Well, you have first base open. You have Chris Davis. I'm not suggesting you pitch around Pierce to get to Davis, but Pierce may be a more dangerous hitter. So you make your pitch if you're Dellin Betances, or you walk him and take your chance with Davis.
3-1 delivers outside, and he walked it, and they're loaded again. That is the first walk the Orioles have picked up in the ball game. Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, is on his way out to the mound.
Yeah, I think what he's probably going to tell him is, hey, slow down a little bit. When you speed up, you fly open. Kevin Gausman was talking about it, Oriole starter and now in the bullpen. He said, boy, I was just so quick. And Betances last year, he could throw the curveball, as I mentioned, over any time. It's a ball out of his hand. It's not that you eliminate it, but if you never quite get loaded, never quite get loaded, and you never get that front shoulder closed, impossible to throw for a strike. Banana looking on. He's certainly a person of interest in this scenario right here.
Cabrera at third, the responsibility of the starter. There you see tonight 4 for 9 for the Orioles with runners in scoring position. Shift is on. Davis after the off-speed delivery. Betances' numbers last year against lefties, they hit 163. Right-handers hit 135. He gave up 4 home runs, all of them hit by right-handers. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Davis on a ground ball foul, and quickly Betances up in the count here 0-2.
Yeah, just hooked him.
3 strikeouts on the board for Chris so far, all swinging.
Yeah, they put the pull on. They don't put the total shift because Gregorius is right behind second base. So he can just kind of see to the right of Betances.
0-2 delivery outside. Chris 0 for 2, the only times he has faced Betances. There is Justin Wilson, second time up.
Yeah, we saw him when the Orioles visited Pittsburgh last year.
Darren O'Day for the Orioles. 1-2 delivered to Davis, swing and a miss, struck him out. So Betances, a run surrendered in the inning on 3 hits, but the Orioles leave the bases loaded. O's down by 1. And the Orioles had the lumber early in this one as they got Machado's double RBI, Stokes double RBI, Adam Jones delivering the long ball, but the big grand slam home run. Stephen Drew, pinch hitter role, 7th inning. So the Orioles down by 1 going to the 8th, 6-5, and we'll go to the bullpen.
Darren O'Day came on yesterday, and Batista kind of owns him. 3 home runs in 14 at bats. Hit another one, 2-run shot on a slider. Darren wasn't really happy with the location of that pitch, and Batista hit the line drive into the left field seats. Well, he knows the job description right here.
Yeah. Batista and O'Day, for future reference, have a real good thing going now. Last year, O'Day danced around on the mound when he struck Batista out. Batista didn't like it. Next time up, he hit a home run off O'Day and chirped at O'Day coming around the bases. Yesterday, O'Day threw behind him in the at-bat, and then the home run is hit by Batista. And after the game, Batista said, "I've never talked to the guy, and I don't intend to." It's the only guy I have a problem with in the majors, Batista said of O'Day. The only history I have with anyone. I didn't like him yapping at me. And the pitch is taken for a strike, so when they meet up again, will continue to be interesting.
And Darren said, I didn't even notice him doing that. I was so upset with the pitch I made to him.
Batista's 4 home runs off O'Day. The only other player who's even had 2 home runs, and there's only one, is Vernon Wells. One ball, 1 strike.
Thank goodness he retired.
Yes. Ball put up in the air to left field off the bat of Teixeira into the corner. Diaz is there to get it. Teixeira retired. He had a home run back in the 4th inning. 1 down, 8th inning. Follow the Orioles all season long with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment. In-game highlights, look-ins, reviews, and a lot more. MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Rodriguez, 2 strikeouts, and he is flied out. 1 down, nobody on, 8th inning. Today's delivery to him, and that will be taken for a ball. So Wei and Chen non-decisioned in the start, gave up 2 runs, 4 hits over 6. Tommy Hunter becomes the pitcher of record with a grand slam home run, 4 runs, 3 hits in an inning. 1-0 count. And reaching for it and not getting it. 1-1.
Yeah, you really got to trust your swing against a guy like Darren O'Day because of the deception. You got to let the ball travel. Got to try to pick it up, which is not easy because of the release point. You could see A-Rod really starting early and then just chase it, not even close to where the ball was.
1-1 delivery to him. That's up high. 0 for 4. Rodriguez against O'Day. Shift on against him in the infield. And the outfield pretty much straight away.
Yeah, the good hitters know where the bad head is. Bad head, point A, ball, point B. Ever play Pepper? Messing around? Yeah. Well, what do you do?
2-1 delivery and a chopper that's going to go against that shift played by the second baseman still.
When you're playing Pepper, and something we used to do all the time. In fact, I used to see Hank Bauer do it with Brooks Robinson, Louis Aparicio, Boog Powell. I mean, but it was hot shot Pepper. Hank would be hitting about as hard as they can, and those guys, of course, were terrific players, would be picking it. But when you play Pepper, you
got to get it on the swing.
Yeah.
Probably there are actually fans out there who may not know what Pepper is, which is a real shame. You get 5 or 4, 5, 6. You can have just one. Guys out in front, one guy's got the bat, and they stand 6, 7 feet away, and you throw the ball. Guy hits it, hopper to you. You throw it back, he hits a hopper.
It's what pitchers did when we were shagging. You'd have during the course of spring training.
It's great fun.
Now you go into most ballparks and says no Pepper allowed.
I don't understand that. Pitch taken for a strike.
Well, the groundskeepers have a lot of power. We'll talk to Nicole about that tomorrow.
I don't think players have any desire to play Pepper anymore.
Well, remember Mark Reynolds was playing here?
Yeah.
I said to Buck Showalter, I said, hey, why don't you, to kind of know, because he struck out a couple hundred times a year and all that. I said, why don't you go out and play Pepper? Buck said, that's a pretty good idea. So they go out the next day, and Mark goes, you know what? Hey, why don't you hit? I'll play. I'll play catch. I'll be the one that. And Buck says no. And he said he had trouble playing Pepper because he had never done it.
It's great practice and it's great fun. 0-2 count, 2 down. You got kids out there. Get them to play Pepper. I mean, it's great on both ends. One, squaring up the bat on the ball, and they have to control the swing because you got to get it back to the guys who you're hitting it to. And the guys, you get some hard, ground balls that take short hops and scoops. And
it was all about dexterity and hand-eye coordination, all the things you need to do.
He gets the strikeout in a 1-2-3 inning for O'Day. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. Adam Jones will be leading it off for the Orioles. Is brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. You can book now at OCOcean.com. And by your Baltimore BMW Centers. Gary Thornton and Jim Palmer, heck of a ball game here, opening up this 3-game set against the Yankees. 6-5 Yankees on top. We do understand that Brett Gardner indeed did have to come out of the ball game. Right wrist stiffened up on him after he got hit by a pitch in the first inning. He had 2 other at-bats in the game, including laying down the sacrifice, but Gardner came out. Drew came on, of course, and hit a grand slam home run in his spot. Most injuries don't pay off. Chase Headley now in at third base. A-Rod is out. An injury that paid great dividends for the Yankees, at least for an at-bat. Boy, Adam Jones, what a homestand he is having here. He delivered single in the first inning, scored a run. 2-run homer that came in the 6th inning, his 3rd of the year. Betances against him outside. Look at the numbers. Last season with a .294, Adam Jones hitting 9 for 13 now on this homestand. .294 average at home last year with 14 home runs at Camden Yards. So a big start here at home for Adam. And he keeps it up. Shattered bat, base hit. Leading off the 8th inning. Potential tying run on at first base.
Man, not quite the same break on the Betances curveballs. And when you hit it like this, even though you hit it on the end of the bat, so I'm going to slow his swing down and stay on it long enough. But because it gets a little bit out onto the bat, that's why the bat breaks, because the bat's much lighter than they used to be. But boy, he stayed right up the middle on that ball, and the Orioles get the tying run.
Former Oriole Andrew Miller, left-hander in a bullpen. Snyder's had an 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and he is grounded out. Betances has given up a couple of hits since coming out of the bullpen in that last inning. Manny Machado will wait on deck. Headley at third base, 2 steps in on the grass looking for a bunt. Snyder does not show bunt. It takes the pitch up high for a ball. Let's see how Buck Showalter chooses to play this with the Orioles down by 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, if you watched yesterday's game, the first home run Travis Snyder hit was not pulled. It was a soaring drive to left center field here.
No bunt shown again. Ball 2.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to him on the bench today, and he said maybe a triple, maybe a double in Pittsburgh. And he said one of the reasons I signed here, thought I'd have a chance to play. And he said, not a bad place to hit. Certainly wasn't yesterday.
2-0 count. Betances will step off.
Well, he's done a real nice job, talking about Travis Snyder, of picking his spots and, you know, as far as looking in counts.
2-0 delivery, and that is a strike.
And so probably looking on the inner half and just took the ball away. You don't. If he's 27 now, when he came up, that's a ball he probably would have swung at even if he was looking in.
Dylan Betances, 2-1 strike count. Keeping an eye on Jones at first base. Adam with a 3-for-4 in the ball game. 2-1 delivery on the way, and Snyder the big rip, and 2-2.
Boy, that was a zoom ball. That's the Betances we saw last year. Great leverage, good fastball, up and in. 95s. If it's up and in, you can add another 5-6 miles per hour because you have to hit the ball out in front of the plate.
Defense shifts a little in the infield, playing him to go the other way now. 2-2. Jones runs. Here's the throw down. Jones sliding. He's out.
Boy, Murphy, a couple of nice throws today. That one probably even better than the other one as far as arm strength. You know, he takes a look and then hopes that he's going to beat it, and he doesn't. Gregorius just drops the glove.
Usually when you look back, you're looking for a hit and run situation. There's the throw. Gregorius lays the tag on him. Well, Adam Jones,
you could see, had plenty of time to really straddle the bag. Didn't.
And that one is going to go to the backstop and down to first base slowly as Murphy retrieves.
You could see Lance Barksfield get out of the way because the ball was live.
Yep. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Baltimore Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Baltimore Orioles. That's going to be it for Betances as Girardi's on his way out. Betances has walked a couple, struck out one, given up a base hit. And Andrew Miller, the former Oriole, is going to come on with Manny Machado coming to the plate. The Orioles are down 6-5, but a chance to score here in the 8th. Sox last year making his way around the American League East, now in the Yankee bullpen.
Yeah. What a year he had, especially for the Red Sox. He did a great job, but for the Orioles, pitched 20 innings, gave up 8 hits. 8 hits, folks. 1 home run, 4 walks, 34 strikeouts, and then in the postseason, unscored upon. 5 scoreless for the Orioles.
He pitched the 10th inning of that 19-inning ball game Friday. A couple of walks, 2 strikeouts, didn't give anything up. 2.02 ERA last year for the left-hander, and goes to work in this one. He hasn't given anything up here. He's worked a couple of innings on the year, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, no hits.
Yeah, big guy at 6'7", former #1 draft choice by the Tigers back in 2006, and Randy Johnson's going to the Hall of Fame, but similar in the fact that it took a while for both of them to get their mechanics did. And which Randy Johnson won over 300 games, and Andrew Miller is just, I mean, he's a shutdown lefty, and why he's so great to have in your bullpen. It's not about matchups. He gets lefties and righties out.
Manny Machado against him, 0 for 2 in his career. Manny's had 2 hits, single, double, RBI, 2 runs scored tonight. Runner at first, 1 out. And the breaking ball is going to miss, and the count goes to 2-0. Snyder drawing the walk after Adam Jones in a caught stealing, where it looked like Adam thought the hit and run was on when he took off and got thrown out. 2-0 count. Miller's delivery, fastball, that's over the screen. He was looking fastball, 2-1.
Yeah, 6'7", so he could get up into the mid-90s. That pitch at 92, but hard to pick it up. Arms and legs. If you got Scope on deck and then Cabrera behind him, I got to imagine Delman Young's getting loose. If you get another guy on with 1 out, he will hit.
Miller with a long look in. Right-handers hit 145 off him last year. Left-handers 163. Gave up only 3 home runs, 2 to the lefties. 2 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. Way outside with it. Unhappy with that. That one just got away. So Manny Machado gets a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Jonathan Scope is the on-deck batter. Both teams here late in the ball game have continued with scoring threats, if not scoring. Grand slam, 7th inning, 6th inning. The Orioles had a run. 7th inning, a run. Breaking ball and a good one.
Yeah. Well,
3-2.
See, Drew's home run came on a 3-1 count, but it was a fastball. This one's a slider, and it's a late breaker. Gets the outside corner, and if you'll throw it 3-1, you're Manny Machado, you certainly know that you can't sit on any pitch here. Could be either one of them, slider or fastball.
3-2, runner off first, and nasty, and got him.
And then he makes a great pitch inside third of the plate at 94. Well, you hate to lose somebody like Andrew Miller. You rented him for 3 months. But not only that, you hate to lose him and have him go to somebody in your division.
So Jonathan Scope now will be asked to keep it alive with 2 down. Scope, the RBI double, came in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. And a swing and a miss in the same pitch that retired Manny Machado. Betances worked an inning, gave up a couple of hits, 2 walks and a strikeout, responsible for Snyder on at first base. Snyder being held over there by Teixeira. 0-1 delivery. A little harder, same spot, 95, 0-2. Showalter going, I liked it better when he had the other uniform.
Yes.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he struck him out. Play's got to be made by Murphy. Gets it there to Teixeira. So Miller comes on and strikes out 2. The Orioles, no runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left. We go to the 9th inning, a 1-run ball game with the Yankees up. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By PNC for the achiever in you. And by Chevrolet. Yankees versus Orioles series sponsorship presented by Chevrolet. With Jim Palmer, I'm Gary Thorne. Big crowd on hand here tonight again in a great ball game. Orioles down by 1. We go to the 9th inning, bottom third of the order. Will be up for the Yankees. Brian Mattis for the second time up tonight for the Orioles. Murphy will lead it off. He's had a big night. He's singled, he's walked, he's scored a run, he's thrown out a couple of base runners. Good job behind the plate for John Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, you get your Brian McCann, your free agent from last year, give him a night off, and then the youngster. They kept him. I mean, Cervelli, he was traded, and they figured this kid, he came up, about 2 years ago in September. He can throw a little bit, hit.
Good job. Good backup catcher for him. Last year with the 32 games played, 9 RBIs, he hit .284. A couple of stints with the Yankees. 1-0 count. O'Day on the mound, delivers, and that's a strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, he didn't like that. Probably the only low strike called, and so he just kind of makes a face and turns around and gets ready to hit.
Ball got a piece of the bottom of the chart there. 1-1.
Not his chart.
No. And that one is
now
called strike.
There we go.
Is up and
now
away.
we got him talking to himself. Still got the lead, John Ryan.
One and two. He was worried on that one.
Well, I still
and a 2-2
remember
count.
the Yankees have many broadcasters. They have an array of them. They're all good. One of them, I really enjoy listening to Paul O'Neill, but he said those are the kind of pitches. Former batting champion. He said you hold your breath on.
Yes.
And you hope you don't hear strike 3.
That's what he was doing right there.
That's what Murphy did.
2-2, and he didn't hear it there either. So the count goes full. 3-ball, 2-strike.
Well, you could hurt your neck turning around after the first 2 strikes were called. I mean, he just waiting. Just see how long he was looking to see if the right hand was going up.
He nonchalantly turned around rather than staring back as he really wanted to do. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Gregorius waiting on deck. O'Day's delivery to him, and he got him. And no argument about that one. Second strikeout for Darren.
I got myself a 2-run, or actually a 1-run lead. I'll go back, get this stuff on.
Like Showalter will come to the mound. Gregorius, the left-hander, waiting in the on-deck circle. He pulled back, but the ball was over the plate. So O'Day works an inning and a third, retires all 4 batters that he faces, picks up a couple of strikeouts. Brian Mattis will come out of the bullpen when we come back. Here with a matchup that Buck Showalter wanted as Mattis comes out of the bullpen.
Yeah, pitched really well. A couple of innings yesterday, strikeout, no runs. Real good changeup, probably the best I've seen. Talking to him today, he said, you rediscovered that outside corner, that arm side. And he really worked hard on it in spring training, so it'll be a little different because this is kind of one of the more matchup things, lefty versus lefty. But yesterday, very impressive against the right-handers for the Blue Jays.
Gregorius waiting. He'll stand in with one down and nobody on. Jones waiting, hitting in the 9 spot, the right fielder. Another left-hander. One away. Gregorius an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Ryan Mattis gets it close.
A little breaking ball.
A little foul ball, I guess,
swing,
for a strike. Just tipped it foul. As Gregorius tried to hold up on that. Well, the final home opener's been completed as Tampa Bay beat Toronto in Toronto 2-1 tonight. So all of the home openers around Major League Baseball are now complete.
Odorizzi again? Odorizzi was scheduled to start. Yeah.
Strike taken.
Well, he was terrific against the Orioles.
So at home openings this year, the home teams won 12 and the visiting teams won 18. 0-2 count, one down. And a swing and a miss. Boy, Mattis takes care of him in a heartbeat. 2 down.
Now back-to-back strikeouts. So Day and now Brian. Slider. He up a little bit, but gets it on the outside corner. Well, this is the big question. You go from a guy with, 3,400 plus hits on his way to the Hall of Fame, and then you've got to come in. And the big question is, of course, is he going to be able to hit left-handers defensively because of the age of Derek Jeter? Will probably be an upgrade.
Yeah.
But hitting, how do you match what Derek was able to do?
Strike taken by Jones. Jones came on, flied out in the 7th inning pinch hitting. Odorizzi did pitch today, and he gave up a run on 2 hits over 8. And Dickey, who pitched for Toronto, gave up just 2 runs on 3 hits over 6. And a 2-1 ball game. Fouled off. And an 0-2 count. So Brian Mattis continues as he's done this spring and starting this season to throw strikes.
Yeah, Odorizzi probably the best pitching performance against the Orioles this year. Great change up, nice little cutter, baffled the O's in the getaway game. Otherwise, they might have had a chance to sweep that series in Tampa Bay.
0-2 delivery, and that's all he could do with it.
Well, trying to wait, and then flicked it foul.
Keeps the at bat alive. 2 strikes, 2 down. Top of the 9th inning, the Orioles trail by 1, even though they've out hit the Yankees 11-7 in the ball game. Mattis with the 0-2 delivery on the way, and a chopper. It's going to be a tough play. That's a shortstop. Cabrera makes the play in a collision, and down they go. Cabrera running into Jones as they passed one another. Nothing intentional there. Cabrera gets up. Jones okay. Fine play made by the shortstop. Look where he was playing. He was playing over by second base. Makes the glove flip. The Orioles need 1 to keep it going, and 2-1 at bottom of the 9th when we come back. Both good.
Hunter and Rick Dempsey. Stay with us. We're coming back with those extra post game. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Birds down by a run. And the difference in this game, Rick, the Orioles twice had leads, couldn't hold them.
Yeah, Stephen Drew, pinch hit, grand slam, home run, put the Orioles in a hole. Tonight, Adam Jones hit his third home run. Orioles have hit the ball well against Pineda, who they had a lot of trouble scoring off of last season. They had 4 earned runs off him today.
So the O's need at least 1. They prefer 2. Let's see how it turns out. Back upstairs to Gary and Jim.
All right, Jim and Rick, thanks very much. And the Orioles will do it against Miller, at least to start this inning, who has 1 career save. And who did it come with? The Orioles last year. Well, the only one he's had in his career.
Well, he's a multifaceted guy, and you showed the numbers. Righty's hitting 146, lefty's hitting 160-ish. So you can plug him in anywhere in the back end of your bullpen. He's been able to stay healthy. He's matured. And then the Yankees are very fortunate now. What, $36 million, 4 years? But they have him for the next 4 years.
Here is Cabrera. He will take the pitch for a ball. The Orioles have Cabrera and Joseph and De Aza due up here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Delman Young available off the bench, helmet on, bat in hand.
In the wings, so to speak.
1-0 delivery. Cabrera was going to take to Miller, was able to throw a strike, and he does right there. The count goes to 1-1. 21,633. 21,633 on hand, and they have seen an outstanding ball game. Even with the bag, Headley almost standing on it at third base. Not only guarding the line, but was in. Now he can back up as the count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, well located fastballs. You're looking away, just hoping you get some out over the plate. He hits the inside corner.
1-2 the count. Cabrera with a base hit his last time up. Couple of strikeouts to go with it in the ball game. Delivery to him, and that one is going to miss. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. He got his only major league save against Tampa Bay with the Orioles last year on September 7th. He worked an inning, hit a batter, and that was all. And that's the only save Andrew Miller's had it anywhere. 2-2 pitch on the way, foul back. Cabrera with a big cut. Count stays at 2-2.
The total, let's see, major league careers, almost 500 innings. They've given up 45 home runs. 1 last year for the Orioles, 2 for the Red Sox. Typical year when he's healthy. He's 2 or 3. Keeps the ball in the ballpark.
Orioles were 10 games above 500 in 1-run ball games last year. And Cabrera fights it off to keep it alive. A tough pitch inside, 2-2.
Yeah, we had loved to get the count to 3-2, and then maybe he will be able to work a walk. Great speed if he gets on.
Idea here, of course, get this thing tied up. If you can get a couple and win it, all the better, but looking for that one as the home ball club. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that's outside, so a full count, 3-2.
I don't know if he'll get it, but a lot of times when you don't want to walk somebody, maybe you get a little bit better pitch to hit. Can't afford to not throw something in the strike zone and make him put the ball in play.
3-2 delivery is swung on and missed.
And it's like it really doesn't matter. It just drops off a 3-2 hook. It's a great pitch if you throw it for a strike, and Miller does. Kind of gets right out here and then watch it take a right turn. His arm angle is 3/4, but when you stay on top of the breaking ball, it acts as about as good a breaking ball as you can throw.
That'll bring up Joseph, who takes the pitch up high. Miller did pick up a save this year against Toronto, so he's had 1 save on the season in the 2 appearances that he's had this year. So a major league total now of 2 saves. 1-0 delivery. Delman Young is waiting in the on-deck circle. 6-5 Yankees, bottom of the ninth.
So Miller, Andrew, now has faced 3 batters and struck out 3.
Machado, Scope, and Cabrera, the 3 Ks. 2-0 pitch, fly ball, center field, going back. Ellsbury with room. He's got it. Caleb Joseph gave it a ride, but not far enough. 2 down. So the pinch hitter for De Aza, Delman Young, a homer against Miller.
And like we mentioned, it doesn't happen very often. Well, 1 for 9 this year, 10 for 20 pinch hitting last year in 2014. One of those special years off the bench.
And a strike on the inside corner. Oh, 1 delivery on the way. Delman going for the tie right there with a big cut. 0-2.
Yeah, it's such a. It seems like it's late breaking, but it just. You think it's going to be there, and it goes somewhere else. Unbelievable breaking ball.
0-2 delivery on the way, and that one's going to miss down low. Pineda after the win. Tommy Hunter out of the bullpen on the losing side of it right now. And the save situation for Miller. 1-2, 2 down. Hit him on the foot. So Young is on. And wouldn't you know, the Orioles celebrating a birthday comes up in the bottom of the 9th with 2 down, and the Orioles down a run.
So David Lowe off the DL. Back spasm, little hamstring tightness, but the type of guy, if you get an extra base hit, take a look right here. Late bacon slider, trying to get out of the way, trying to shuffle the feet. He does it, but gets the back toe. And you hope that it's nothing serious, because it hit him right on top of the toe. Home run power, 1 swing.
Pierce 0 for 3 and a walk in the game. Runner at first and 2 up. Miller's pitch will be outside for a ball.
Yeah, and they really do play deep, exactly the way you're supposed to play. Try to cut it off. It's a small ballpark, but balls up the gap with David Lowe's speed. I would be very surprised if he doesn't score. Pierce hits a double.
Pierce 0 for 2 off Miller. Came inside, and Pierce gets it where he wants it here. A 2-0 count. Scope, Machado up on the top step.
You know, this will probably be a breaking ball. I mean, every time he's gotten behind, you think it's a fastball count, and why he's so tough is that he dropped. Not only just throw a breaking ball, it's a good one. And right there, he shakes just in case Pierce is maybe guessing.
2-0, and it's there for a strike.
Big swooper. No, he loves it because he can throw it over. And it's not a get me over breaking ball. It's about as good as you can throw it.
Lowe the lead off first. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Pierce ground ball, second base. Drew's got it, goes to first, and the ball game is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. And here in the 9th inning, Miller will come on to get the save, 2nd of the year. And the Yankees will come away with a victory, 6-7-0. The Orioles 5-11-0 in the first of 3. Right back with you tomorrow night. Miguel Gonzalez on the mound against CC Sabathia, Game 2. Our coverage on MASN 2, 6:30. O's Extra, presented by Southwest, followed by game coverage at 7. This has been a MASN presentation. Jim Hendricks standing by. O's Extra, presented by PNC, is coming up right now. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew here at Camden Yards, I'm Gary Thorne. Adieu.